Seven Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m. For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton. Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
All right, hello, welcome to the Gotchi pregame show here as we get ready to start off Lady Bobcat basketball here in their home gymnasium. One of their last 2 home games that they're going to have. Next one will be against Lovell at the end of the year for our seniors. So excited to watch the Lady Bobcats play against the 2A Tongue River Lady Eagles, who are coming off. They're having a great season so far this year and playing really well. So it'll be a good competition for our Lady Cats as they get ready to play the Lady Eagles. Lady Bobcats did not have a game last night, so kind of had a Friday night off, able to rest after a Tuesday game against Lovell in Lovell. So good for them to have another day of practice to get ready for this game as well. And again, to introduce myself, Kevin Gerber here alongside Travis Bomengen as we get ready. He decided the one-man show needed some help after Tuesday night with Lovell, so very appreciative that he is here to help out as well. So Travis, as we continue with the Gotchi pregame show, let's get right into the Edward Jones Keys to the Game presented by Travis Winger. And what do you have here for us as far as keys to the game?
Well, Kevin, as you look at things on paper, these teams pretty similar. The Tongue River ladies do edge us out in points per game. They're scoring almost 50 points a game, while we're at 35 points a game. Rebounding, they're out-rebounding us about 10 rebounds a game, and their assists, they're doubling our assists with a total of 13. But in the turnover margin and the shooting percentage, we're actually pretty close. We actually have only had one common opponent, and that was Lovell. We lost to Lovell, as you know, earlier this week by a score of about 10. I didn't find the exact score, but we were within 4 with 3 minutes left.
Right.
And Tongue River lost to Lovell by 13. So, I mean, if you use that as a comparison, maybe it may be good. The Tongue River ladies, they've got 3 that are scoring well, one with 10.5 with Haskement, Raish with 9.5, and Scammon with 7.5. So when we look at the keys of game, and you guys and I were talking about it, the Lady Cats, Dazzlin Hunt is sidelined with an ankle injury. We're not sure how long. So who's going to be stepping up, I think is going to be important if he has somebody stepping up off the bench to do that. I think if we can control that turnover margin, that's going to help us a bunch. And then, you know, as we've talked about before, we've got the girls, we can control the boards if we get the bodies on them. One of the things that you brought up that I think is going to be a real key is how's our transition going to work without Dazzlin Hunt. She's fast. She's always out on the leading that transition game. So those are the things I think coaches are going to have to be watching as we get ready to start.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really believe also against Lovell, I mean, we've actually watched these girls over the little bit of time that we've been doing the radio program here that, man, little by little, we just see kind of more confidence in them. They seem to be coming out with a little bit more intensity in the game, not kind of waiting to feel out the game. It seems like they're almost trying to set a tempo for it, and they did that against Lovell as well. I mean, they came out and played really well, and even when Dazzlin went down, you know, I don't like the term of next man up always, just because that you don't want to discredit what the person that got injured has done for the team. But in that case, you know, had some people have to step up and come in, and they really did play well. JC Owsley having a great game with 19 points. Cameron added in that second half and came on strong as well, getting 10 points. So it was a great game for those 2 freshmen. I think really one where they stood out to me in a big way. And, you know, Ruth Ann ended up, I believe she fouled out of that game, but really still played a good game, just works hard on the boards. And I think her understanding that role as well as she plays is really important. So, yeah, I mean, I agree with everything. You know, it's going to be, you know, how do we fill in those roles? What are we doing to either slow down the tempo or pick it up when it's necessary? I don't really know, because, you know, you still have JC Bassey out there who works hard and tries to look for those runouts as well. So yeah, I think some big things there, and we want to thank Edward Jones, Keys to the Game, presented by Travis Winger. And we're going to take a quick break here, and then we'll come right back to finish up the Gotchi pregame show.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle wider, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
All right, and welcome back to the Thermopolis Gymnasium as we get started for Lady Bobcat basketball against the Tongue River Lady Eagles here in Thermopolis. The pregame show presented by Gotchi, and appreciate all of you that are listening on 101.7, spending some time with us today on Saturday, or those of you that are live streaming it on YouTube and WYO today. Exciting game here. Again, a 2A opponent coming in the Tongue River Eagles playing against the Lady Bobcats. And so as we kind of move forward, you know, it looks like we're going to have a little bit of change with Dazzlin Hunt having that ankle injury, and so they're going to bring in some different starters, but also Coach Villa finding a few others that have played well in their JV games and having them suit up as well. So excited for Millie Johnson and Charlie Slagle as they get ready to suit up for their first varsity game. So always excited to see somebody get an opportunity to play in a game like this. It's always nerves for sure, both freshmen, so excited for them as well. And Travis, as we get ready to do this, you know, how about a few things that you've seen the Lady Cats kind of do over the past few games that you've been able to watch that you'd like to see them continue on with?
Well, Kevin, number one, I really like the offensive change that the coaches have made. They got rid of that Laker play where it's that handoff at the top, and with that, we've had a lot fewer turnovers and takeaways at the top where they get open layups on the other end. So I think that's a huge key. They've made some changes in their full court press where they're a lot more effective there. They were able to recognize when they played that Mountain View team and had the size against them, where they, you know, started in that man-to-man and then went to the 2-3. And so I think being able to recognize your opponents and looking, as you and I were watching the Lady Eagles warming up, they had a unique starting or a warm-up play that you know, was a perimeter shooting warm-up. So I think they're going to have to, knowing that, they're going to have to be pretty aggressive on the girls going out.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to take a quick break here as they get ready to do the Star Spangled Banner, and then we'll announce the starting lineup for the Lady Cats and Lady Eagles. We'll be right back.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m. For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
All right, and we're back here as they're getting ready to announce the starting lineups, and we'll do the same as well. And we just got done listening to Ruth Ann Johnson sing the national anthem, who does a beautiful job every time she does it. And Travis, for me, I was nervous before every game just getting ready to play, so there's a reason God did not give me a gift to sing, because I don't know how I would have been able to get my nerves under control to sing and then to get ready to play. So good for Ruth Ann on being able to do that. But as we get ready, we'll go ahead and do our starting lineups, sponsored by Sutherland's. And for the Lady Eagles, we have number 10, Madison Burnett, number 11, Jaslyn Ryan, number 23, Tyler Pittman, number 25, McKinley Scammon, and number 32, Paxton Axament. And then for the Lady Cats, we have a little bit of a change here with Ina King starting number 11 in place of Dazzlin Hunt. But we have 3, J.C. Bassey, number 5, Cameron Farrell, like I said before, number 11, Ina King, number 21, J.C. Owsley, and number 23, Ruth Ann Johnson. Now, Ina King's not new to starting. She started a few different times in these games, and so it won't, for the nerves for her should be a little bit less than someone maybe getting their first start. So good that Coach Villa does have that, being able to bring someone in and do that as well. So yeah, as we get ready to play this game, excited to see if the Lady Cats kind of pick up where they left off, where they've been playing so well, playing really hard and doing some great things. So not gonna lie, trying to out talk the AC/DC in the background's a little bit harder, but man, I kind of feel pumped up now, you know, getting to talk into that, Travis.
Well, I think that you just mentioned all the things I would agree. It's kind of nice to have this game before we go into our last stretch of conference play before regionals. Hopefully we can gain a little bit more confidence against somebody we haven't seen, because once you get to that, you know, the conference playoffs and that, things start to change. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So a jump there at the beginning with Ina King does go to the Tongue River Lady Eagles, and right off the bat, McKinley Scammon gets a 2-point bucket to score. So kind of a quick one. Looked like they missed their assignment a little bit on defense there with the Lady Cats. So ball goes over to J.C. Bassey. Cameron's going to set screen for her. She's going to look to get it reversed here. Gets it over to J.C. Owsley on the far side. Into Cameron Farrell at the high post, out to Ruth Ann Johnson. Ruth Ann Johnson, beautiful 3, and she knocks it down. So good to see her getting started as well. That was perfect line with our angle there, Travis, to be able to see that shot go up and drop right in. So good there. Lady Eagles have it drive deep in there. Number 11 goes up with the left hand, and Jaslyn Ryan up and easy for a left-hand layup there. So the Lady Cats choosing to not do their 2-3 zone, at least right here to start off with, trying to do some man-to-man. Ina King falling to the ground, throwing it over to J.C. Bassey. into Cameron Farrell's hands, over to JC Owsley. JC Owsley, long three, no good. JC Bassey almost ended up with it. Ball ends up in Madison Burnett's hands. She tries to pass it over to McKinley Scammon on turnover there, and Cameron Farrell will bring it up for the Lady Cats. Passes it over to Owsley. Owsley with that skip pass to Ruth Ann Johnson. Oh, nice little drive there. It looked like maybe she picked up or had a little happy feet. Didn't see it there, but called a travel on Ruth Ann Johnson. So
well, and as the Lady Eagles take the ball, Kevin, both times the Lady Eagles have scored have been kind of on like some missed assignments or somebody playing from behind. So hopefully they can get that figured out. If it is a true man, they're going to play, because both those were easy layups for the Eagles.
Right. And Burnett brings it up, passes it over to Scammon. Scammon's going to dribble around up top, as JC Owsley with that assignment there on top. Javelin Ryan looks to pass it in and knocked out of bounds there as they try to get it into Madison Burnett. So good defense there by Cameron Farrell, I believe.
Well, and she was trailing as well. They run that screen up top, and then as they're coming off the screen, our girls are trailing, so they're going to have to step around that or figure out some way, because that's, I think, what's happened both other times.
Yeah, yep. Going to have to knock them off that path. No free cuts.
Bump
trying
the
to beat
cutter.
them. Yeah, try to beat them to the spot. Scammon dribbles in, looks to pass it in. Good pass in, entry pass there to Tyler Pittman, but no good, and Ruth Ann Johnson comes down with the rebound. Puts it over to Cameron Farrell as she brings it up. So the Lady Eagles looking to run a 2-3 zone here, kind of extended there, and as they pass it, a good give and go there, and Cameron Farrell goes up with the left hand, is fouled on that one. So that foul was on Tyler Pittman. That'll be her first, and Cameron Farrell will go to the line to shoot two.
Cameron's first shot is up and good.
All right.
So the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard with 5:55 in the first quarter. Bobcats 4, Lady Eagles at 4, tied up.
Yeah, it's again, they've come out with some, really, if defensively, had they not kind of slipped away on those first two possessions, I mean, it really is a good game there. Second one is up and is good. Ina King almost stepping in a little early on the lane, but able to hold off until I think she leaned up against the Lady Eagle there. And
Lady Cats full court pressure. Cameron Farrell's there when the girl turned around, and it was caused to travel. So
that's right.
The full court press is working for the Cats so far.
That's right, and the ref kind of held a hand to hold some suspension there before he made the call. Wasn't sure if he was going to call a foul or not. Cameron passed over to Ruth Ann Johnson. Ruthie with a crossover move gives it back into Cameron's hands. Cameron will look to reverse it, gets it into Ina King. Ina King drives towards the baseline, gets it into JC Owsley. JC Owsley with a great, nice cross-court pass to Ruth Ann. JC Bassey now with the ball in her hands, back out to Ruth Ann, to Cameron. Cameron with a three from the top of the key, no good. Hard off the back of the rim, and Madison Burnett able to bring the ball down. Gets it over to Cheney Reish, misses the three there, gets her own rebound. Began to fall as she got it, and did end up getting a travel call there on her as she fell after she got the rebound. Rivers Robinson also checking in here now for the Lady Eagles, as they've substituted a couple times here. Coach Amanda Cummins is the coach there for the Lady Eagles. Pass over to Ina King in the corner. Ina into Ruthie. Ruthie passes it to the high post to JC Owsley. Ina gets it back out. Little step back, 15-foot jumper up and is no good. Rebound comes down to Cheney Reish. Reish dribbles to the left-hand side. Looking, JC Owsley again just hounding her, playing really good defense, kind of picking up where she left off on Tuesday. Ball ends up down low into Cheney Reish's hands, and unable to convert. Good defense there by Ina King, staying straight up, and then ball gets knocked out of bounds off of the Tongue River Eagles. So Bobcats will get the ball. Ruth Ann set to pass it into Cameron. Cameron will bring it up. And Cameron passes it over to JC Owsley. Again, not a real fast-paced game here, but everybody's playing under control. No one looks like they're playing faster than they should. Ruth Ann Johnson with a three. Goes up and is no good, but they do get a foul called on the three. It looks like they're calling it on the ground. And that was on number 5. Rivers Robinson gets her first foul, but they are calling it on the ground, so it must have been after the three-point shot on the box out. Must have let her land and then gave her a push. So Ruth Ann Johnson will take the ball out of bounds here, get it into Cameron. Looks like they had a kind of a sideline play set up there, but it was easier just to get it into Cameron and let her set up their offense. Over to JC Owsley. She gets it back into Cameron, and she's going to go post up at the high post. JC Owsley is cutting down low. Ruth Ann Johnson from the corner drives up to the top of the key, gets it into Cameron Farrell's hands. Back over to JC Owsley. JC Owsley looking inside to Bassey. JC Bassey up. Oh, it hits the back of the rim a couple times up and is no good, and ball comes down into Madison Burnett's hands. She passes it up to Paxton Axmit. She tries to lob it down low into Cheney Raich's hands and off her hand, and as she tries to save it, ball goes up and is out of bounds.
Well, Kevin, you kind of talked about that extending zone defense that the Lady Eagles have, and I'll tell you what, if the Cats would be a little bit better about moving that ball around the perimeter, that inside's going to be wide open because they're extending all the way around.
Right, I agree with you. It looks like, and then especially with them extended so much, if they would fake a pass before they made it, get everybody moving, and then it'd open up that inside as well. There's definitely some spots inside right now, so looking to set up, definitely running some plays here, and which I always like to see the movement in against the 2-3 zone, not a lot of standing around, and the Lady Cats are doing a great job. Good pass from Ina into Ruth Ann. About a 10-foot jumper up is no good, and it is brought down by Scammon. Scammon's going to set up the offense here. Lady Cats still choosing to stay in man-to-man. Actually not doing too bad at all. Ball is passed in and hits McKinley Scammon on the hand. So right now the Lady Eagles are getting kind of behind the Lady Cats, but the Cats are keeping their head on a swivel and getting their hands up, so making it hard passes, and that's about 3 possessions in a row. It's just hit off the hands of the Lady Eagles. JC Bassey with the ball here in the near corner, passes it over to Ruth Ann. Ruth Ann to JC Owsley, looks to get it inside to Ina King, and it gets knocked away. Ball ends up in Rivers Robinson's hands, and she'll pass it back up. Scammon will have it up at the top of the key. She'll shoot a deep 3 up and is no good. Rebound by Tyler Pittman. She'll get it back up to Scammon. Scammon looking to set up the offense, gets it into Rivers Robinson. Robinson will drive in, a little 12-foot jumper, no good, gets her own rebound. Bounce, shoots it up, and basket is good. So
go ahead, you're good.
I was just saying, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows the Lady Eagles 6, Lady Cats 5 with just over 2 minutes left as Cadence Bowman sets to check in. The JV girls did just run half of a game, so everybody should be available for all quarters, which will be good, especially being limited. So JC Owsley with a great pass inside from Ruth Ann Johnson is able to go up and make the basket. So Lady Cats take a 1-point lead, 7-6 over Lady Eagles. Deep 3 again by the Lady Eagles, and Tyler Pittman. Shot goes up, and as Ina King and Cheney Raich get kind of tied up, they end up calling a foul there. It looks like on Cheney, so that'll be her first foul. There's third team foul on the Lady Eagles, no fouls on the Lady Cats, which is always a positive if you've heard us talk about our fouling woes that we've had in the past. Cameron Farrell bringing the ball up, pass it over to JC Owsley. JC looks to skip pass to Cadence Bowman. Cadence Bowman gets it back to Owsley, looking inside, gets a nice pass to Cameron Farrell. A little low, but unable to handle that pass, and ball ends up in Madison Burnett's hands. Burnett's going to pass it over to Autumn White. Oh, I apologize. That's Janiah Lovingood. Ball ends up, Cameron Farrell ends up getting the turnover here, passes it up to JC Owsley. JC Owsley surveying, pass it into Ruth Ann Johnson at the high post. Ruth Ann with a drive in, kind of a little floater, tries to hit high off the glass, but is fouled in the process.
Well, and Kevin, the last 2 times the Lady Cats have been moving the ball a little bit better around the perimeter. I still think if they'd move it a little bit quicker and, like you say, do the fake before you make that pass, get that defense moving, I think they're going to have more opportunities that they've had the last 2 times down with that shot in the key.
Yeah, I agree, and we can definitely see it from our vantage point that the middle is wide open right now. If they could just get some cuts in there too. Ruth Ann Johnson at the line for 2 shots. She does miss the first one. Second one is up and is good, so she has 4 quick points here for the Bobcats, and they lead by 2 with less than a minute left here. And Burnett will bring the ball down into the near corner here. Looking now, Cameron Farrell really giving her a hard time. Good hard pass in there. JC Owsley playing great defense on Janiyah Lovingood, and ball goes off of Owsley out of bounds. So looks like we're going to take a timeout here real quick. Coach Cummins decided she wants to get a different look here for a second, and we will be right back.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
All right, and we're back after the quick timeout here. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows Lady Cats 8, Lady Eagles 6. And looks like the Lady Eagles will set up kind of a play here towards the end of the quarter, trying to get something to go here. Lady Cats doing a great job of playing tough defense without fouling. No team fouls for them, 4 on the Lady Eagles. Lady Cats setting up in their defense. Shot is up, is no good, but good rebound there by the Lady Eagles. Shot is up and no good by Janiyah Lovingood. Also, passes goes up fast to JC Owsley, and she just couldn't quite get a handle on it and took some extra steps, and we'll get a travel on the Lady Cats. But Janiyah Lovingood, man, I watched her in the half of the JV girls game, and she is taking off right where she left off, I should say. Lots of offensive boards, and I think she's already got 2 or 3 offensive boards here in just a little time that she's played. So good play by her as well. Paxton Askemet has it, gets the ball stolen away by JC Bassey. Ball then is knocked out of her hands by Madison Burnett. So ball will go out of bounds to the Lady Cats. Cadence Bowman set to take it out of bounds here. Pass it into Cameron Farrell. Cameron surveying the court here, trying to, again, against that extended 2-3 zone. They have an interesting rotation too, the Lady Eagles do. The 3 in the back don't just stay where they're at. Actually, the 2 on the top don't stay where they're at. So it's really interesting. If you're having a chance to watch it on Wild today, I would just tell you to watch them play defense a little bit. It's pretty interesting. Long shot by Ruth Ann Johnson, up and is no good. JC Owsley, she gets the shot off at the buzzer and almost banked it. It rolled around the rim a couple times and then is off. So Pinnacle Bank scoreboard after the end of the first shows Lady Cats 8, Lady Eagles 6. We will be right back for the second quarter.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. And we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
All right, and we're back for the second quarter here. Lady Bobcat basketball as they host the Tongue River Lady Eagles. Cadence Bowman will take the ball out, get it into Cameron Farrell. Lady Cat's doing a great job of really just kind of being patient, looking for the open shot, getting some good shots, not really forcing anything yet. Do have a few turnovers, but not too many. Long pass from Cadence Bowman over to Ruth Ann Johnson. She'll pass it to Cameron. Cameron over to JC Owsley. Owsley with a good hard spin move, loses the ball just a little bit, gets it into Ruth Ann Johnson. Ruth Ann Johnson, good, same spot that she hit the 3 earlier, just a little bit short. Lovingood gets the rebound again, gets it into Madison Burnett's hands. So again, Lovingood just working hard on the boards. Ball pass over to Ryan. Ryan getting harassed there by Cameron Farrell and JC Bassey. Looks like they're going to go into their 3-2 zone. JC Bassey gets the ball, passes it, kind of bumps it up to herself. Shot is up, is no good. Kind of had Cameron Farrell coming down the right-hand side, but had 2 defenders around her. I don't think she saw him. Pass goes over to Burnett. Burnett, again, getting trapped there by Cameron and JC Bassey. Ball into the corner there to Paxton. Paxton going to get the ball now. Lovingood gets the ball, and I don't know.
Yeah, she bounced off that.
It was interesting. Yeah, the ball actually, she lost control of it, and the ball ended up being between both of them, and they just kind of
parted.
Yeah. JC Owsley, maybe if she would have fallen, I don't know. Maybe they would have just made it a no call. Not sure, but they do call the foul on JC Owsley, which is the first team foul and first foul for JC Owsley. Lady Eagles taking the ball out. Good patient out of bounds play, gets the ball passed into Cheney Reish. Unable to make it, she does get the rebound and misses again. Cadence Bowman getting it, gets it into Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell pass up to JC Owsley. Back to Cameron, Cameron over to Cadence Bowman. Ruth Ann looks for a good pass into Ina King. Ina King unable to handle the pass, but it still comes no harm there to Bowman. Ball into Ruth Ann Johnson, a little almost her patented jump pass, and then she realized she was open for a shot, missed the shot, and Paxton ends up coming down with the rebound. So she'll set up the offense, passes it over to Jaslyn Ryan. Ryan gets it into Raish's hand. Back out to Ryan. Ryan then looks to try to pass it inside, and Ruth Ann Johnson will get a foot on it. So a kickball there, and it'll be Lady. Oh, they called a foul actually on Ruth Ann Johnson. Let's see. So they did call a foul there on the. Oh, I see. Ruth Ann Johnson is wearing a different number, so she's number 10 in the books today, not number 23. So I apologize for the confusion there on.
Yeah, I didn't catch that either. I was like, what's going on here?
I didn't know what was going on, and so we have a quick timeout here, just 20 seconds left, and we're gonna see here what the Lady Cats have drawn up. Score is still 8-6. Just a few seconds left here in the timeout. And again, Lady Cats picking up a couple fouls here. Just a minute 45 gone in the second quarter. So as they wrap up this first half, they're just imagine Coach Villa is talking about the defense he wants to see them in and how he wants them to make sure that they're playing defense with their feet, not their hands. That's where both foul calls ended up coming. So ball, again, good out of bounds play again there. Ball ends up in Cheney Raish's hands, and a good pass from Jaslyn Ryan. And then it looks like as she went up for the shot, Cadence Bowman just walked kind of underneath her. And so Cheney Rash will have a chance at a three-point play here to finish off the old-fashioned, and she shot is up and is good. So first point scored in this second quarter go to the Lady Eagles, and Cameron Farrell will bring the ball up. She's doing a good job of handling any pressure that they're giving to her. Ball goes to JC Owsley to Cadence Bowman. Cadence Bowman looks to push it inside, and Ruth does a good job of meeting the ball. Shot goes up, is no good by Owsley. Rebound by Lovingood. Ruth Ann Johnson comes in, gets it as it went between the legs there of Autumn White, and so she was able to get up and put the bucket in. So Autumn White bringing the ball up, and she passes it over to Paxton. Paxton getting harassed there by Ruth Ann Johnson. Ball will go to Autumn White. Autumn with a great pass in as Cheney Wright comes in and scores. So 5 quick points for her, playing really well here. Passes over to JC Owsley. JC to Cadence Bowman. Cadence Bowman with that free throw, distant shot, and is up and is good. Cadence really can be a good shooter. I think she does a good job, and just like that, when she catches and just shoots, does a great job.
Well, she does such a good job shooting it quickly. A lot of these people have to take a step, get set, and then shoot the ball. She just caught and shot the ball before the girls even could rotate. So.
Yeah, it was good to see that. And in the process, Jaslyn Ryan came down, tried to pass it over to her teammate McKinley Scammon. Ball, she wasn't ready for it. Ball went out of bounds, and Lady Cats basketball. Cameron Farrell with the ball at the top of the key will bring it to the side here. Another open free throw. So I think Coach Villa saw what we were seeing too, Travis, and they now are looking to just get a free throw pass and get those quick shots up. Shot is up is no good by Scammon, and Ruth Ann Johnson will get the ball. Good hard pass up to JC Owsley. Again, Coach Villa seeing something in some transition offense opportunities here, hollering for the girls to get it up fast. JC Bassey with the ball, pass it up to Cameron Farrell at the top of the key. She'll pass it to JC Owsley. JC Owsley with it at the top of the key as well. Pass it over to JC Bassey. They are looking to pass and then cut through the middle of that defense. Cameron Farrell surveying the court, passing over to JC Owsley. Bassey gets it. Nice bounce pass into Ina King. Ina King up, just off the front of the rim. And a good rebound there by Autumn White. Autumn White will get it into the hands of Burnett. Burnett bringing the ball up, pass it over to Raish. Raish into Scammon. Burnett back with it at the top of the key. She's gonna drive in, do a little jump pass, gets into the hands of Jaslyn Ryan. Not where she intended it to, but Jaslyn Ryan hustles and gets the ball down. Ruth Ann Johnson playing good defense. Almost a foul call. Ended up not being one. Ref raised his hand as went in. Shot is missed. Cameron Farrell with the ball. Pass up to JC Bassey. Unfortunately, JC can't quite finish. Heard the footsteps coming. And Coach Cummins with the Lady Eagles will call a timeout. It will be a full timeout, so we'll take a minute break as well. 3.5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Lady Cats are up 12-11.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
And we're back here, 3:32 left in Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Lady Cats up 12-11 over the Lady Eagles, as Burnett will bring the ball down for the Lady Eagles, pass it over to Rivers Robinson, looking in the corner, a good shot. So Cheney Raish having a great quarter right now. That's her 7th point, scoring all 7 points for the Lady Eagles in this quarter. They're really working her along the baseline against the Lady Cats zone. Great. Good look from JC Bassey into Owsley. Gets stolen, however, and pass Madison Burnett with the steal and goes up with the layup. So 4 quick points for Lady Eagles after that timeout. Have the Lady Cats leading 15-12 right now with under 3 minutes left. Pass into JC Owsley. JC Owsley forces it into Ruth Ann Johnson. Gets knocked away. Ball ends up into the Lady Eagles. Slow kind of move there by Tyler Pittman. Almost gets it to go in, kind of a scoop shot there at the end. Goes off the front of the rim, and Ruth Ann Johnson comes down, gets it into Cameron Farrell's hands. So now you see an adjustment there by the Lady Eagles. Now they've packed in their 2-3 zone a little bit. So now there's not near the open shots at the free throw line like there was for the last few times. So.
Well, that's always the mark of a good coach.
Right,
they get beat on something, okay, timeout, they make the adjustment, and exactly right, they packed it in.
Yep, so now Lady Cats will, the best way to make a defense extend again is, get some inside passes and then inside out to good open shots on the outside is always big to then make them spread out. So there it is, inside out, JC Owsley, just off the back of the rim, and they're going to call a foul on Ruth Ann Johnson. That'll be her 2nd foul, as Burnett did a great job of going and getting the ball. Maybe also did a great job of acting a little bit to fall after the contact, but there was definitely some contact there. Burnett will bring the ball up for the Lady Eagles. She'll pass it over to Robinson. Robinson will get it into Paxton. Paxton will pass it over to, just kind of going around here. against the man-to-man defense by the Lady Cats, doing a good job when they've played that zone so well the last couple weeks. That again, they must have seen something that made them think that the man-to-man would be good, and a good pass from Burnett there into Tyler Pittman. Tyler Pittman is then able to finish the layup. So really, minus the free throw, I think all of the Eagles' points have come from the paint, and they're doing a good job of driving and dishing there. Cameron Farrell with the ball, pass over to JC Bassey. JC Bassey looking to get the ball passed over to the near court here. Cameron's going to set it back up. Coach Cummins getting excited for their girls working the ball. JC Owsley, again, a great drive in, and shots that were falling for her Tuesday against Level, just not finding the bottom of the net, hit the back of the rim there. Lady Eagles come down with it. Burnett with the ball at the top of the key. She drives in with her left hand. Ina King pokes the ball away as they both hustle for the ball to the ground. Oh, unable to get it, and then JC Owsley just trying to match everybody else's hustle as well, ends up bodying up there, and she will pick up her second foul. So both JC Owsley and Ruth Ann Johnson both with 2 fouls for the Lady Cats. Maggie Landon sets to check in as well for JC Owsley. So out there right now we have Ina King, Cameron Farrell, Maggie Landon, JC Bassey, and Cadence Bowman in for the Lady Cats.
And the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard again, Lady Cats again kind of slow this quarter at 12, and the Eagles at 17.
Good hard drive there by Paxton Axamit. No foul, a lot of contact there from Ina King, but she's able to get her own rebound. Shoots a deep three, gets her own rebound again, pass out to Burnett. Burnett looking into, throws to Scammon. Scammon then, as she looks to kind of throw a lob pass in to Tyler Pittman. Pittman will give a 2-hand push to Ina King and get called for the foul. So locked even here in the team fouls, just under a minute left, so it doesn't look like we'll have any worries of going into bonus here for free throws on fouls, so not a lot of foul trouble. Cadence Bowman gets to the top of the key, looks to shoot, no good, or passes it to Cameron instead. Cameron gets it back to her, and she knocks it down. So 5 points for Cadence Bowman in this quarter, so she's been a definite spark off the bench. Long half-court shot there by Burnett, and just hits the front of the rim. Man, that would have been a big shot. So at the end of this first half shows the Lady Cats just trailing by 2, 15-17 to the Lady Tongue River Eagles. So we will take a quick break and come back for the Hot Springs Health halftime show right after this.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Bomengen and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m. For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
And welcome back to the Thermopolis Gymnasium, to the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show here. Just want to thank those of you listening on 101.7 KDNO, and also those of you spending some time with us live streaming this on YouTube at YO Today. Again, if you haven't, hit that little notification bell for the YO Today on YouTube, and then that way you can get notifications. We usually try to start those 5 or 10 minutes before the game starts, so it notifies you when the Lady Cats will start playing, and then the Bobcats usually right after that game as well. So as we move forward, Travis, with the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show, looking at the keys to the game at the beginning, how are we kind of squaring up compared to those?
Well, you brought up the big one, the big question, who steps up? And King and Bowman have played most of the minutes. I think Dazzlin would have seen, and we've seen good things from both. King's had some good inside presence, some good job on the defensive end with some boards and positioning. And then Bowman has actually really stepped up offensively. She had that nice three-point and then that shot from the free throw line. So I think offensively she's helping, and then King on the other end. So I think it's been a nice job that both those ladies have done a good job. We were doing a great job when when we were leading, of winning that turnover margin, and then we had that run of a couple of three forced entry passes in a row where, you know, it might have kind of even. Boards, I think we're both doing a decent job on the defensive ends, the Lady Eagles as well as the Bobcats. I think that's pretty even. And then the transition game, it hasn't been as strong without Dazzlin, but I think that's more of a more the game, the type of game and the tempo rather than the absence of her. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think you're right. It looks like it seems as though the Lady Eagles are really good at their transition defense. So when a shot goes up, they're sending somebody back on relief there to make sure that something doesn't, that there isn't just a leak out by anybody that can just go out and score something easy. So even the one time they did try to get it up to JC Bassey, she got it, and instantly there were two gals right there ready to play defense. So yeah, I mean, I think you're right as far as the keys to the game. I mean, they're really following in with what they're wanting to do. Had that little run, we've talked about it, mentioned it a couple times. It's been kind of a fun little chess match that we're watching between the coaches as well, because they've both made adjustments at the right time, and they've all come after a timeout and then seen the following move after that. So that's been kind of fun to watch as well, as we've seen all of those changes being made. As we continue with the Hot Springs Health halftime show, let's also do the halftime stats presented by One Eye Buffalo. And for the Lady Eagles here, a number of them have scored, really only one having more than one basket, but multiple scores here, 6 on the scoreboard. Rivers Robinson has 2 from the first quarter. Madison Burnett scored a bucket in the second quarter for 2 points. Jaslyn Ryan scored a first quarter basket for 2 points. Tyla Pittman scored a second quarter basket for 2 points. McKinley Scammon scored a first quarter bucket for her 2 points, and then leading the scorers for the Lady Eagles is Cheney Raish, and she has 7, scoring all of those in the second quarter. So it was almost as though they had a swap there, a first half group and then a second half group, all their scoring come differently. So that's their total of 17. Only Tyla Pittman having 2 fouls. Other than that, no one really in any foul trouble at all.
Well, and for the Lady Cats, kind of same thing. We had 3 that scored in the first quarter, and then only 2 that scored in the second quarter with a little bit of differential. But the 2 freshmen we talked about had such a great game against Lovell. They each have 2 points. Cameron Farrell with their 2 free throws, and then JC Bassey with her nice driving layup. Ruth Ann Johnson is leading for the Lady Cats with a point total of 6, 4 in the first quarter and 2 in the second. And then Cadence Bowman coming off the bench. She has 5 points in that second quarter for a total of 15. In the foul column, both JC and Ruth Ann have 2, and Cadence has 1. So potential problems, but we've seen worse.
Right, and that's the stats sponsored by One Eye Buffalo. Appreciate their sponsorship, and that'll end our halftime show as well, because we're already going in the third quarter. So good job there as the Lady Eagles bring it inside, and it looks like unfortunately Ruth Ann Johnson's going to pick up her 3rd foul right away in this third quarter, just 10 seconds in, and that will send to the line number 32, Paxton Axemet. And first free throw is up and is no good. So Ruth Ann Johnson will have to come out quick. Cadence Bowman, again, going to have to put in some big minutes. Again, like you said, Travis did a great job of coming in off the bench and scoring 5 quick points in that second quarter. Second one is up and is no good by Paxton Axemet. So, you want to say no harm, no foul, but foul there by really kind of who you didn't want to get it. Good give and go from JC Owsley, passing into Cameron Bowman. Shot is up and is no good, and Burnett will come down with the ball. And pump fake there by Scammon, and Scammon will get it over to Burnett. Burnett up to the top of the key to Axemet, and she's going to go. Wow, a late
call. The ball was already through the net, and they called offensive foul against Lady Eagles. So the Bobcats will take over possession.
Yeah, Coach Cummins was not very happy about that call, but it was Ina King stepped in, and she did fall down, and there was a lot of contact. And I thought actually when the call came, it was almost he was waiting to see if it went through the hoop or not, and then ended up calling offensive foul. So Cameron Farrell with it, pass over to JC Bassey. She's going to get it up to the top of the key, keep it on the far side there, but Cameron Farrell will bring it over, pass it to Cadence Bowman. Bowman looking inside. A little more active defense here, it looks like, from the Lady Eagles too, kind of flying around. JC Owsley going to take a good hard dribble. Oh, could have actually went and got her own rebound, but kind of ran away from the ball. And Burnett ends up with the ball, bringing it down. Lady Cats setting up in their 2-3 zone. Shot is up, is no good, and rebounded by Paxton. Paxton gets an offensive bucket up and no good, and then Scammon gets the ball and apparently had a rocket launcher there, and she shot it way.
I think she was expecting a little more contact than actually happened.
Yeah,
but,
so ball goes up high and hits the top of the backboard, and some of the stuff holding the backboard up too. So out of bounds on the Lady Eagles. Cameron Farrell doing a great job of getting the ball inside. Ina King drives baseline, forces a pass into JC Bassey, and it gets knocked out of bounds. So it'll stay to the Lady Cats. Tyler Pittman playing good defense there. Lady Eagles liking the defense they were in, so it looks like they're going to stay in that kind of that 2-3 zone as well. Extended. JC Owsley catching it in the middle, passes it to Ina to Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell with the three-point shot up, no good. Burnett with the ball will pass it up to Pittman. Pittman looking for a skip pass here. Decides to pass it back up into Scammon's hands. Scammon gets it to Axemet. She's going to pass the ball over to Jaslyn Ryan. Jaslyn gets it into Burnett's hand. Burnett directing traffic here, gets it back up into Ryan's hands. Ryan over to Scammon. Again, they're good to see. Good solid defense by the Lady Cats. A long shot there is up and is good. Just a 2 by Paxton Axemet. So Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows a score of 19-15. Lady Eagles up. Cameron Farrell doing a good job of splitting the defense there to get it into JC Owsley's hand. Ina King passed it over to Cadence Bowman. Cadence Bowman with the ball on top of her head, passed it over to Cameron Farrell. Cameron looking to get it over to JC Owsley. There's a little bit of movement by the Lady Cats, but a little bit more standing than I'd like to see. Oh, long shot by Cadence Bowman is up, is no good. Axemet comes down with the ball.
JC Bassey with some good defense on their
awesome.
Baseline.
Yeah, just kind of harassing her, and then as Paxton tried to put it on the ground, ended up dribbling out of bounds. So good forced turnover there by JC Bassey. Cadence Bowman's going to take the ball out. She's going to wait, pass over to Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell with the long three up. Ooh, a little strong. Hits off of, I believe, Ina King. And ball will go to.
The ball is just not falling for us today, Kevin. We've had some good open looks, and I'll tell you, we've only had one make.
Right. Yeah, it would be nice to see them just get a little more underneath it. It's kind of flat shots, not giving themselves a lot of chance for the rim to help them out either and get a shooter's roll. Pass to Burnett at the top. She gets it inside, and Mop just kind of clamps down on the high post. Shot goes up and is no good by Raish. Ball ends up in Ryan's hand. Ryan dribble it out of trouble there and get it into Burnett's, and Burnett will get everybody set up. Scammon with a long three. And is good.
Wow, she was at least 3 or 4 feet behind the arc.
Right. Kind of got a couple gathering steps to step into her shot, but again, I think that's just a different rule than probably what we played for. And Ina King answers and comes down and hits a bucket from about 15 foot off the baseline, so good shot for her as well. Her first points for the Lady Cats, and now another three goes up and is no good. There by Jaslyn Ryan, and Cadence Bowman comes down with the ball and looks like she's going to get fouled.
Well, as the Lady Cats have gone into this 2-3, the one thing you sometimes see with that zone, the shot goes up and then you don't have your man to block out, and the Lady Cats are struggling a little bit with that. They're going to have to be a little more aggressive blocking out, I think, if they're going to have success maintaining that 2-3 zone.
Cheney Raish ended up picking up the foul. Cadence Bowman from the free throw line again gets a pass from JC Owsley. Leaves it a little bit short. Need a little more legs in that one. Looks like Bobcats are going to put a little full court pressure now on the Lady Eagles. They're going to run a little 3.5 here. Press breaker gets it into the middle. Now you're on a 3-on-1. That's why that is such an effective press breaker. Yeah, Cameron Farrell blocking
good hustle by Farrell.
Yeah, she blocks what looked like an easy layup, and then the ball kind of goes off of a couple of Lady Eagles and out of bounds. And Lady Cats have it, so Cameron Farrell really hustling that full length of the court to knock that shot away. Passes into JC Owsley. JC Owsley back to Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell, a little more arch on, got it off the back of the rim that time. Oh, Ina King with a great rebound, and then as she tried to pivot, just got her toe on the out-of-bounds line there. So Janiyah Lovingood and Rivers Robinson, who both played quite a few minutes for Lady Eagles in the first half, are going to come in as well and play for Tongue River. Get it into the middle, passes it over to Cheney. Cheney up to Lovingood, and Lovingood's
Tell
going
you
to
what, they run a very nice press break, getting that ball to the middle and then the downside.
Yeah, that 3 at half is a very effective press breaker for sure.
And just like at the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Thermopolis 17, the Lady Eagles 24 with 3 minutes left in the third.
Right, again, I think no one's gotten better shots than the other team. It's just they've converted on shots that we've been able to make. Ina King with the shot goes up, but good hustle play by J.C. Bassey getting offensive board. Cameron Farrell drives in, and as she's driving to the hoop, got fouled, but kind of just tossed the ball up, and apparently that made me think that was pretty funny. I don't know. It got me pretty good, though. So Madison Burnett will get called for that foul. J.C. Owsley taking the ball out, passes to Cameron Farrell. Looks like Charlie Slagle's set to check in, so exciting for her to get some, probably her first varsity time for the Lady Cats. So excited to see her get in and see what she can do. J.C. Owsley, great give and go to Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell goes up, and a blocking foul there on, they're going to call that on McKinley Scammon, which will be her second foul.
Well, we have a reffing crew that must be a 2A reffing crew because we're not familiar with them. And some of the motions, they start the motions, I think it's going to be a different call, and then they come through with, I thought he was going to call an offensive foul on that.
That one looked like he was going to go double offensive. Exactly. He got both hands behind his head.
Looked like a full Nelson on a wrestling call is what I thought it was going to be the call. But first shot by Cameron's up and no good.
All right, so Charlie Slagle will check in, give Ina King a little bit of a break. So a good, exciting moment for Charlie Slagle as she gets in. Shot is up and is no good as well by Cameron Farrell. Ball gets into the hands there of Cheney Raish, passes it across. Lovingood gets it, and she'll get it into Burnett's hands. Over to Robinson. Robinson and Lovingood try to get it down into the short corner, but J.C. Bassey ends up with the ball, coming out with the ball, so she's going to bring it up. She's going to get it over into Cameron Farrell's hands so Cameron can get the offense set up. Oh, looked like another give and go from Owsley to Farrell. Unfortunately, just an errant pass there, and Cameron Farrell definitely looks like she's working hard. She's breathing pretty hard, getting up and down the court now. Long shot from Rivers Robinson, no good. Comes down, good. I don't know if they'll call a jump ball. Yeah, jump ball there. Cheney.
No, we got an override with a foul called. Probably it looks like J.C. Owsley. Hopefully not, because that'll be her third foul.
Yeah, and sure enough, she'll pick up her third foul. But again, multiple chances there for the Lady Eagles to get some offensive boards and try to get it in. Looks like the McKinley Scammon, who is bleeding now, will check out, and they'll check in Paxton Axemet to shoot the free throws due to the injury there. She's smiling, so it doesn't look like it's a big injury, but it's just
a bloody smile, but she's smiling.
Right, yeah. So I actually don't think she knew it quite away. It would look like the ref maybe called out on that. So first one is up and is good for Paxton, and Paxton will make the second one as well. 4 points for her in this quarter. Kind of a recipient there of someone else getting fouled, and then she got to reap the benefits of being in and make it. So Ruth Ann Johnson's going to check in for Lady Cats as well, give J.C. Owsley a rest. So just under 2 minutes left of Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Cats trailing 17-26 to the Tongue River Lady Eagles. Cadence Bowman with the top over to Maggie Landon. Maggie Landon's going to take a deep three, falls short on that, and the ball ends up in Rivers Robinson's hands up to Lovingood. Lovingood passes, nice cross-court pass to Paxton Axemet, and she gets another bucket as well. So 6 points for her here in the quarter. Lady Cats trailing now by 11 to the Lady Eagles. Oh, good look there. Pass it over. Charlie Slagle with her first ball. Up and in and out. Oh, what a great shot by her. Lovingood gets the rebound, and she'll pass it up to Burnett. Burnett will pass it over to Rivers. Robinson passes it over to Paxton. Paxton, who's feeling it this quarter, shoots it. It is an air ball. Lovingood gets a rebound, gets it back into Burnett's hand. Just over a minute to go here in the third quarter. Back to Paxton. Paxton just left wide open. Shot is up, no good, and no box out there. Again from the Lady Cats. Cheney gets it. Shot will end up going to Rivers Robinson. She shoots it, and again, Cheney, man, she is working hard on the rebound, and goes off of her and goes out of bounds. So Lady Cats will get the ball. J.C. Bassey set to check back in for the Lady Cats as well. Cameron Farrell's going to dribble it up to the top here. Switch places with Cameron. Nice pass from Maggie, landed inside to Ruth Ann Johnson, and Ruth Ann Johnson will go up and good for 2 for her in this quarter.
That was a great assist. That's
Yes,
what you like
was.
to see, coming across that zone, draw the zone, and dish it to your teammate.
Yeah, it was just a well-designed play there, and Maggie ran it perfectly, and a nice pass. Just kind of a blow-by there by Cheney Raish, and she ends up scoring her first bucket of this half after finishing the first half with 7. So working really hard for her, too. Good player there. Ruth Ann Johnson, again, wearing a different number than usual, number 10 over her usual 23. Pass into Charlie Slagle. Charlie getting an opportunity to turn around and shoot on the buzzer, will get fouled. A great pass from Cadence Bowman into her, and so so Charlie Slagle with an opportunity to shoot 2 free throws here. Foul does go against Cheney Raish, which will be her 3rd foul. First one is up and is good.
She's in the books.
That's
on the
right.
positive column.
That's right.
Second shot by Slagle is up and good.
All right, so she makes
shooting 100%.
That's right. Great job for her. And that draws a conclusion to the end of the 3rd quarter. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows the Cats down by 9, trailing the Ladies Eagles 30-21. We will take a quick break, and we'll be right back for the final quarter of this game.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
All right, and we're back for the start of the 4th quarter here as J.C. Ousley will bring the ball up for the Lady Cats. Lady Cats trailing by 9, 30-21 to the Tongue River Lady Eagles. Pass over to Maggie Landon. Lady Cats being outscored 13-6 in that quarter, leading to the reason why they are trailing now by 9 after having the great first half against the Lady Eagles. So hopefully they can get the ball moved around here and able to get some points on the board. And like you said, I think really not settling for the first open shot, but settling, trying to get to a point where they have better shots, better shot selection like the Lady Eagles are, and then they really have to stop letting them get second and third chances at the bucket here in this 4th quarter. Pass goes into Autumn White. Autumn White will pass it out to Paxton. Paxton will get it across court there to Tyler Pittman. Paxton gets it back again, so she's taking a number of shots here. Not a lot has fallen for her. She did score 6 points in that 3rd quarter, but not a lot fallen for her. Ruth Ann Johnson will have the ball. Jump pass there, long, high pass. Now it's a chase down to see who ends up getting it. Looks like they'll call it out of bounds and not an over and back on J.C. Bassey. So the Tongue River Lady Eagles will take it out of bounds here. Hopefully somebody steps over to the corner there. Tyler Pittman kind of standing wide open, yeah. And they decide to get it into Burnett's hands. So Burnett to Pittman. Pittman will pass it over to Scammon. Scammon looking to pass it. So Paxton has become a very active baseline runner for the Lady Eagles, and that's why she's been getting as many shots as she has. as there's a little scuffle from Autumn White and Maggie Landon trying to get the ball, and there'll be a
I think a foul on Ina King.
Yeah. So. Glad you have your eyes on there. I thought they were just calling a jump ball, but she must have bear hugged her like from behind, because I thought Maggie had a jump ball there. Pass goes inside high. And no good, and then Ruth Ann Johnson don't get another foul. Oh, and then she's gonna get one, unfortunately. Autumn White had a shot go up. Ruth Ann thought she had the ball in her hands and ends up again in the hands of Paxton, and Paxton gets fouled on the floor. So,
well, and Kevin, you and I talked about it. You know, they've gone to this 2-3 zone, and it's preventing some of the outside shots. But I'll tell you what, we're really getting crushed on the offensive boards. Right. We are not finding a body, and they're getting 2 or 3 shots every single time.
Yeah, and that one, I mean, there was only 2 people that knew that the Cats didn't have the ball, and Ruth Ann was one of them, and she picked up her 4th foul, so she's going to have to go to the bench again. Just 30 seconds into this, or a minute and a half into this 4th quarter. JC Bassey getting her hands on it. Oh, Ruth Ann does stay in the game. I apologize. Maggie Landon came out. So they're going to take a chance here with Ruth Ann having her 4 fouls. They do need Ruth Ann to be out there to help them get back into this game, especially rebounding wise. So JC Bassey with the ball, surveying there. Lady Eagles with that extended zone again. Gonna pass it around to JC Owsley. JC Owsley pass it in. Great look from Ruth Ann to JC Bassey. JC Bassey, good move, and my goodness, there's been a lid on the hoop on this end. They could
it's
just
been on both ends.
I know, they just cannot get the ball to go in. It rolls around on every inch of the rim, but no net. And JC Bassey tries to take a charge there from Autumn White, and Autumn White with a great little Euro step and a left little scoop shot, and is up and good, gets fouled, and have a chance for an old-fashioned 3-point play. That'll be JC Bassey's first foul, 15th foul on the Lady Cats, both teams with 5 team fouls. Shot from Autumn White is up and no good, just barely draws iron. So Cameron Farrell will come down with it. With Autumn White scoring, that'll be the 9th player for the Lady Eagles to score today. So really spreading the ball around with Cheney Raish leading the scoring with 9.
Well, we talked about that turnover margin, that we were winning in the first part of the first half, but we are definitely losing as the Lady Cats turn the ball over. Lady Eagles bring the ball back down.
Right, and yeah, I mean, that's the 11-point difference. I would say the 2 things are the turnovers and the offensive boards that the Lady Eagles have gotten. Other than that, I feel like the Lady Cats have played them well. Good long shot from Paxton. She is able to make it. It's just a long 2. But again, she's started to come on as she's become a baseline runner against that 2-3 zone of the Lady Cats. Ruth Ann Johnson with it high up on their half court. Will pass it over to Cameron. Cameron down into the corner, JC Bassey. She'll pass it back out. They're really looking to try to get it inside to their high and low posts. Girls are working hard. Pass from Ruth Ann Johnson over to JC Bassey. Gets stolen by by Cheney Reich, I apologize. And as she goes up for the shot, Cheney will be called for a travel, which, had she not traveled, may have been the end of the game for Ruth Ann Johnson.
Yeah, I was going to say, she had actually a pretty nice spin move going full tilt. Normally those kids, when they're running that spin move, will do a little bit of a slowdown, but she was doing it full tilt.
Cameron Farrell dribble at Ruth Ann Johnson, kind of move her up out of the way, come out to JC Owsley. JC Owsley surveys. Kind of a tough baseline bounce pass over to JC Bassey. JC Bassey gets a shot. Ina King gets the offensive board. Pass out to Cameron Farrell. JC Owsley working hard inside. Man, she's might be bruised and battered after this game with as hard as she's been working. And looks like McKinley Scammon will try to get to the ball through her, and that'll be her 3rd foul. 6th team foul for the Lady Eagles. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows 4:21 left in this fourth quarter. Lady Cats trailing 34-21, and JC Owsley with a deep shot, 3-pointer there.
Coach Villa wants a timeout.
Okay, after the made shot, I'll take a quick timeout. So a 10-point game here with 4:14 left in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a break ourselves. We'll be right back after this.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton. Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal and Riverton. The smart way to roll.
All right, and we're back after the timeout. Looks like the Coach Villa is going to try to change up something, so the chess match continues here between the two coaches on trying to make the right adjustments as they're going here. It's like a little bit of full court pressure from the Lady Cats. Looks like maybe it looks like now they're going to be in a 3-2 zone and change away from that 2-3 that they were in. Paxton gets it, a long pass. Ruth Ann took a little bit of a gamble trying to get it there away from Cheney Raish, and unfortunately she was able to catch it and turn around. No defense in front of her, and she's able to make it. So take a 12-point lead there for Lady Eagles. Pass over to JC Bassey. Again, trying to look inside. JC Owsley working hard inside, her and Ina King both. Pass out to Cameron Farrell. Looking to pass in. Good entry pass, left-hand entry pass from JC Bassey into Owsley. Ina King gets an offensive board up. Is no good. Ball comes down to Paxton Axemet, and she'll bring the ball up for the Lady Eagles. Passes it over to Rivers Robinson. Robinson will get it to the top to Jasmine Ryan. Ball goes in. Cheney ends up getting it, passes it. Well, takes a shot. Tons of offensive boards here. There was a lot going on. Probably 3 or 4 shots go up and a ton of offensive rebounds as well. And in that little scrum, it looks like Ruth Ann Johnson will get her 5th foul. As multiple shots kind of kept going up, the Lady Eagles, man, they definitely know how to work on the boards, and McKinley Scammon will have a chance at a couple free throws.
Well, and we've talked about it, Kevin, from the bird's nest view. It'd be nice if we could just text Coach B and say, hey, you might want to consider man, because they sure did a good job with him that first quarter and a half.
I agree.
And that they just taking them out of the defensive board position and with that zone that they're running.
Right, having a harder time finding somebody to go box out or finding the right person to go box out. First one was up and no good. Second one is up and good for McKinley Scammon. So a 13-point lead for the Lady Eagles against the Lady Cats here on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Just over 3 minutes left. Lady Cats are going to have to score in bunches. Great give and go from J.C. Owsley to Cameron Farrell as Cameron scores a bucket there.
Beautiful play by the Lady Cats.
Yeah,
That's just Stockton Malone type of give and go.
That's right. That was a good shot. Paxton Axemet will take a deep 3. No good. J.C. Owsley gets the ball, pass it up to J.C. Bassey. J.C. Bassey unable to finish the layup, and Paxton Axemet will end up with the board here. J.C. Owsley playing tough defense. Coach Cummins for the Lady Eagles will ask for a full timeout, so we will take one as well and be back right after this.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians.
Wear light clothing.
Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone. Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stands.
All right, and we're back after the timeout here from the Lady Eagles as they're going to make some adjustments here in the last 2:42 in the fourth quarter here. Lady Cats trailing 37-26. Burnett with the ball. Cameron Farrell playing good, hard, solid defense on her. Burnett asking for a backdoor cut there, and she gets it from Pittman, and Pittman's shot is up and good. I actually think she double dribbled the ball there. She'd been dribbling and then picked up her dribble, but they didn't see that. JC Owsley will try to drive in. Unfortunately, not able to make the basket. Jaslyn Ryan got the rebound, gets it into Burnett's hand. Burnett will pass it over to Tyler Pittman. Pittman gets it into Cheney. Cheney and Burnett end up with the ball here. Burnett will dribble to the near corner, pass it to a cutting Jaslyn Ryan, and as Jaslyn caught it, she tried to gather her feet underneath her, and they'll call her for a travel. So Lady Cats will get the ball. Just over 2 minutes left, 39-26. Lady Cats trailing by 13. Over to JC Owsley. JC Owsley will get it, drive it to the middle of the key, pass it over to Cameron Farrell. JC Owsley getting it back, will step back for a three, up and off the back of the rim, no good. Burnett will come down with the rebound. JC Bassey pokes the ball away from behind, and as there's some hustle play, gets it
wow,
into
I'm not
Cadence
used to
Bowman.
seeing that.
No.
That was normally they're pretty quick to call a jump ball in 3A, but man, they let the girls kind of tussle for about
and I think,
5 seconds.
I just don't know if anybody ever actually had control of it. So good hard defense again here by the Lady Cats. JC Owsley gets it up. Oh, it comes off funny off of her hand, and I'm unable to make it, and Burnett's going to get it. And Coach Cummins is not happy with those few possessions there by her ladies, so she's going to call a quick 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here as well.
I tell you, JC is just not able to get the lid off either end of the court. The rims are just blocked for her, it seems, today, Kevin.
Right, and this quarter, they're playing very even. I mean, it's a 9-7 quarter in favor of the Lady Eagles, but the Cats are doing a great job. They're getting the steal, and you could almost see when she went to jump up for that layup, there just wasn't as much energy as she'd hoped, and then it came off funny off her hand. And like you said, you know, after having such a great game in Lovell of really making all of these buckets, not able to see them. So you hope, again, sometimes that's an age thing, you know, of having a good one that you're like, oh, I got it figured out. And any of us that have played sports know that we never have it figured out when we think we do. So, you know, still playing really hard. And so she's definitely not someone that's going to give up. So still playing hard here. And minute 18 left. Lady Cats trailing 39-28 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard to Tongue River Lady Eagles. Cadence Bowman stepping up to play defense here. Backdoor cut on. Oh, they are going to call a blocking foul there. Yeah, that'll be her fourth foul on JC Owsley, I believe. Yeah, that'll be her fourth foul. And a great backdoor cut by Tyler Pittman as she will go to the line to shoot two. That is the 7th team foul on the Lady Cats. Just a minute left. Tyler Pittman's shot is up and is good.
And one of the things, it seems like the Lady Eagles are a lot more comfortable playing against a zone, and sometimes in 2A you see more zone defenses than man, and so I think that man defense may have put the Lady Eagles a little out of their comfort zone, and you know, you just kind of forget as we've kind of bounced between 2 and 3A in our time as well.
Right. Tyler Pittman was able to make both free throws. Second one almost came out. Good, another good give and go between Owsley and Farrell, unable to finish the shot, and Burnett ends up with the ball. JC Bassey playing tough defense, passes it down into Mariah Peace, and a foul there on JC Owsley, so that'll be her 5th as well. Playing tough defense, like I said, maybe a little frustrated as well for maybe the last couple fouls, just trying to do something to create something for the team. Looks like Millie Johnson, who is the freshman as well, will be coming in for her first play, freshman as well. So exciting to have some time for Millie to play here. Last little less than a minute for her to come in. And Peace will go to the free throw line to shoot front end of a one-on-one. First one is up and is good, so she's in the scoreboard as well. She'll be the 10th Lady Eagle to get in the scorebook for Tongue River. Second one is up short here, and will go right into the arms of Scammon. Scammon will get it passed out, back out to Peace. Peace will get it in. And they're just going to pass it around, probably try to run out the clock here as Burnett gets it, passes it over to Raish. Raish will pass it over to Peace. Peace drives in, passes it back out to Burnett. Burnett looking for the cutters as they're coming through. Cameron Farrell about knocks the ball loose, trying to get it there. And then poked away there by Cadence Bowman, and Cheney Raish kind of got at the ball at the same time, but Bowman is the one who ends up knocking it out of bounds. 14.3 seconds left. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Lady Cats trailing 14 points, 42-28. Pass goes in, and it looks like Cadence Bowman's going to get loose ball foul there. She pushes in the back trying to get to that ball. That'll be her second foul. So, you know, a lot of those things we talked about, Travis, there at the beginning, you know, where we did really, really well, and then unfortunately got into foul trouble, had some turnovers, just kind of the things that we hoped not to see ended up happening. So first free throw there for Raish was up and was no good on the front end of that one-on-one. Pass over to Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell will drive in, again, not able to knock the shot down as well. Scammon will get the ball, pass it out to Burnett. Burnett passes it up ahead to Tyler Pittman, and the last seconds will run off the clock. So the Tongue River Lady Eagles will come in to Thermopolis and win 42-28. Again, a good hard-fought game, really for about 3 quarters, and then things just kind of started falling apart for Lady Cats. But we will take a second here, go to our sponsors, and we will be back for the post-game show, sponsored by Click It or Ticket, right after this.
Sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
All right, and want to welcome you back for the Click It or Ticket post-game show here. And again, want to thank all of our sponsors. Appreciate all of our sponsors. Appreciate those of you listening on 101.7 KDNO. Those of you taking some time to watch us as well on YouTube and streaming us today on Wild Today, as we're able to stream those games for you as well. And again, that doesn't happen unless we have great sponsors. So appreciate all of them throughout this programming. As we look at the post-game show here, the Lady Cats fall 42-28 to the Tongue River Lady Eagles. Again, Lady Eagles kind of showing who they were more in the second half, I think, than the first half, and a couple changes there by the coach, Coach Cummins for the Lady Eagles, really kind of got the better of the Lady Cats, and a number of them scoring, 10 of their players able to get in the books for the Lady Eagles. Lady Cats also kind of thin in their roster, a lot of injuries and things that gave an opportunity to some to get in that haven't played before or played as much. So wanted to see that. Again, Travis, also some foul trouble for the Lady Cats with both Ruth Ann and JC fouling out for them. No one else really with any fouls other than those two. And so that kind of hurt them as well, but really kind of came down to shot selection and defense.
Well, and as we talked about it, that the rebounding margin for them having probably 15 to 20 more offensive rebounds than we did in the game, that just the statistics show every time you shoot in a possession, your shot percentage goes up because you're moving to the basket where the other team's moving away from the basket. You're just out of position. And, I think that coupled with that turnover piece that you talked about, that was what happened. We just kind of fell apart in the second half.
Yeah, that, and like you said, those offensive boards also led to probably fouls. 3 fouls on each of the girls that fouled out because they were trying to get back and trying to do something, or frustrated because they maybe lost position there and everything. So yeah, you see those little things that seem minor and, I gave up a rebound, but then how much it compounds into not leading into a good shot for us on that end or leads into a foul or whatever, and they kind of capitalized on that in the second half. Again, at the halftime, it was a 17-15 game. Lady Eagles only winning, up by 2, and then outscored us 25-13 in the second half, which was really the tail of the game. So some adjustments made good by them in the first half. Not that the Lady Cats didn't make some adjustments as well, maybe just not able to capitalize the way they wanted to moving forward. So again, in the Click It or Ticket post-game show, we want to move right into our players of the game as well. Well, before we do that, how about we go ahead and do our One-Eye Buffalo post-game stats for the game. And so as far as the Lady Eagles, like I said, 10 of them scored, so I'll get through them quickly. Mariah Peace, as she came in, she scored 1 of 2 free throws for 1 point. Rivers Robinson came in, she scored a bucket for 2. Madison Burnett with 2 points as well. Jaslyn Ryan with 2 points. Tyler Pittman with 6 points. Cheney Reich coming in off the bench and leading all of the scores with 11. And McKinley Scammon coming in for 6. Autumn White scoring 2. Paxton Axamit, which I really would say she scored all 8 of her points in the second half, and I would say she was really the biggest difference in that game. She really started running the baseline and scoring a lot of her points. And then Janiyah Lovingood, who came in and scored a bucket for 2 points, but really did more of her damage in the rebounding area, did a great job of getting to the boards and doing a good job there. Again, nobody fouling out, nobody really in any foul trouble for them. And so a total of 42 points for them. How about the Lady Cats?
Well, Lady Cats, we had more balanced scoring in the as the game comes to the end. We had 2 girls, Ina King and Charlie Slagle, both with 2. And Charlie, as we mentioned, I think that's her first 2 points on the varsity team, so good job on the free throw line for her. We then have Cameron Farrell with 4, JC Owsley with 5, and then Cadence Bowman coming off the bench and kind of filling a pivotal role with 7. And Ruth Ann Johnson topping out all scores with a total of 8.
Right, and that'll be our One-Eye Buffalo post-game stats for the game. So thank you, One-Eye Buffalo, for sponsoring that. And as we finish up our Click It or Ticket post-game show, we want to talk about our Papa Murphy's and our Gatorade players of the game. And again, I think we've talked about them a lot as they've come in. And Ruth Ann Johnson doing a great job at the beginning, kind of getting scoring going, kept them really in the game. Scored 6 of her 8 points in the first half. Really doing kind of everything that she needed to do. Unfortunately got into foul trouble, wasn't able to play near as much in the second half, which made it harder for them to keep the Lady Eagles off the board. So because of that, Ruth Ann Johnson will get our Papa Murphy's player of the game. So congratulations to her. And Travis, who did you find for our Gatorade player of the game?
Well, we were kind of wondering at the beginning of the game who's going to come off the bench and fill that role, and Cadence Bowman did a great job. Comes off the bench, scores 7 points, has a nice 3-point shot earlier in the game, and just was a hustler on that. So she definitely, I feel, earns that Gatorade player of the game for the Cats.
Absolutely, and congratulations to both of those girls as they did come out and play hard. And that will do it for us for the Click It or Ticket post-game show. And we're going to take a quick break, and then we will come back for the Bobcat boys basketball team and do the Gotchi pregame show right after this.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
All right, and welcome back to the Thermopolis Gymnasium as we're getting set to play some basketball here with the Thermopolis boys Bobcats against the Tongue River Eagles. Just again excited to see how they do and come out here against the Tongue River. Had a tough game against Level Bulldogs in their kind of final game against the Quad the first time around before they get set. This will be kind of a final game before they get set to go into that Quad again and do some stuff. So it'd be a good way to see them get some momentum going in the right direction, as kind of been reeling here the last several weeks, and it'd be good to see them kind of move in the right direction on a Saturday afternoon.
Well, Kevin, as we've talked about the non-conference game, Tongue River comes in currently as the number 1. I don't think that's going to be the case after this week. They've lost 2 games in the last week. They lost to Wright last night, and you said that they lost to Bighorn
the week before. On Saturday.
So I think that even though they're currently ranked number 1, they'll probably be adjusted, but they are the team in the state that's actually scoring the most points in the boys division. They score 73 points a game, which is 15 points more than the Bobcats are scoring a game. The other big statistics differences between these teams is their 2-point field goal percentage is 58%, which is roughly 20% higher than the Bobcats. 3-point wise, we're pretty close. Free throws, we shoot better than they do. Rebounds are very close. And the other big thing is they typically have 10 more assists a game. So when you look at those numbers, Kevin, I just can't imagine that this team is when you're scoring that many points and that many assists, very unselfish, but also move the ball and probably transition play a lot.
Right. And yeah, you can tell they've probably played a lot with each other and do a lot of good things. So yeah, when you're scoring the amount of buckets that they are, and a lot of those are off an assist and a good pass, which also leads to probably why their shooting percentage is as high as it is because their passes are leading to good shots. It means they're passing up a good shot for a great shot. All of those cliche things that we could say about shooting, but really they're doing it. And I think that's huge as far as what the Bobcats are going to have to do. I mean, the Bobcats currently do lead 3A in their rebounding, so they're going to have to really work on getting on the boards and doing that as well, especially if try to interrupt those shots so that they don't give up easy buckets, and it'll be interesting to see how we go from there. So with the Gotchi pregame show continuing, let's go ahead and get into the Edward Jones Keys to the Game presented by Travis Winger. What do you got there for the Keys to the Game?
Well, it's kind of been the theme that we talked about last week and you talked about against Lovell. Currently the Bobcats are trying to find some chemistry. We've kind of lost that since the beginning of the season, and there's been some changes. We got a different starting 5 this week, so hopefully the coach and the players have been able to kind of transition through that, find a group that's going to be able to participate well together. The next big thing, Kevin, that has been the problem in the last 2.5 weeks is we're not scoring.
Right.
If we can't put points on the board, we're not going to win a game. And with the the Eagles scoring 72 points a game, we're going to have to be playing crazy good defense, and we got to put the ball through the hoop, not just up. And so the next piece, I think, is going to be getting back and playing good defense, as they obviously are a good transition team.
Right. And that's been something that I know Powell and Worland kind of exposed that a little bit with us with some transition offense for them. So again, I imagine they've worked on, hey, if a shot goes up for us, we want somebody to get back so they don't get some easy, quick buckets as well. And so, yeah, I think that's right. They're looking to get the right group on the court to see where they can go. And I think it also needs to be noted that I think losing Corbin to the injury as well probably tells more of how important he was to the team also. They have kind of had a hard time finding that chemistry back again with Corbin going down with the injury, and that's big as well, and some of it's just, hey, I lost one of my brothers, and Cord literally losing his brother but to injury, but also just like recognizing how important he was on the court, and somebody's going to have to step up and fill that role. I know that's something that they're trying to do, is to see who's going to fill the role to go. It kind of made me laugh this morning. I was thinking about it, and I said, it almost reminds me of old school math. Was playing, Common Core came in, and it didn't make sense to me, and I didn't understand it. And now we're going back to maybe old math. I don't know if that's a good representation, but in my head, it was kind of like, I don't understand Common Core. It's there, but now we're back to kind of some of the original starters. So we're going to stay right here as we're getting ready to start off with our starters here. And for the and again, thank you to Edward Jones for our keys to the game and our Sutherland starting lineups for the Bobcats. We have number 0 Jet Longwell, number 2 McCoy Longwell, number 11 Gavin Shumway, number 12 Cord Simmerall, and then Hadley Johnson, number 10. He'll step in, and he's going to get a start as well, kind of fill that senior role that Corbin was doing before, and so it'll be exciting to see him come in as well. As far as for the Eagles, we have number 33 Nate Guymond will come in, number 22 Javin Walker will come in, number 15 Connor Cummins will be a starter, number 13 Caleb Kilbride will come in as well, and for our final starter,
we're going to have to wait till he leans forward. I can't see his number. It looks like maybe an 11.
Yeah, it looked like 11 or maybe a 31. Maybe Brant Bachman also number 34 there for us. Al spotted. He'll come in as well, so I apologize for that. So for them, they also have a couple of big guys that one, I don't know if he's been injured as well. One of their top scorers, Coulter Haniff, who has been playing really well for them, but I think maybe he's also coming back from a little bit of an injury or something as well. So yeah, those are our Sutherland starting lineups as well. We're going to take a quick break while they finish up the starting lineups, and then we'll come back for the start of this game right after this.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted Jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
Kevin Gerber and Travis Bomengen here to get us going as we start this game between the 2A Tongue River Eagles and the Thermopolis boys Bobcats here on the home court.
I'll be curious who wins the jump, Kevin.
Yeah. Hadley Johnson, not the biggest guy out there, but he's got some hops. Jump ball is up, and the Eagles end up with it. Javin Walker ends up getting it, passes it over to Kilbride. Kilbride passes it out to Connor Cummins and ends up getting stolen away. Gavin Shumway ends up with the ball, and he'll bring the ball up for the Bobcats to get their first possession. So good to have them turn the ball over in their first possession. Pass it over to Jet Longwell, gets poked away there by Javin Walker. Gavin Shumway set to take it on the out of bounds on the far side here. Gets the ball into Hadley Johnson's hands. Hadley will pass it over to McCoy. McCoy looking to crossover, drive in, pass it over to Jet Longwell. They're going to play a 5-out offense here to start off, looking for some ball movement. Looks like they're going to play against this man-to-man. Good cut there by Cord. Cord up and no good. Jeez. Hadley Johnson with a great rebound. Pass out to Gavin Shumway. Gets it at the top of the key. Another inch there, and he maybe would have been able to get that thrown down a little bit.
It was close to being a putback dunk.
That's right, that's right. Just a minute into the first quarter here, 0-0. McCoy Longwell drives in. Oh, pass it out to Jet Longwell. Jet, shoot that three.
I was going to say, he was wide open. Nobody was even in the vicinity.
No, pass over to Hadley Johnson here. Good cut from Cord. Oh, looking to screen, and Hadley thought he wanted the pass, so goes up to Al Spotted. Al Spotted will get the easy 2. It looks like they're just going to put a little full court man-to-man pressure on. Nothing too crazy the Bobcats can't handle.
Yeah.
McCoy Longwell looked to drive in, and little contact early there by Al Spotted. So I don't know if they're going to call that close of contact on
it wasn't much.
No, that might not serve in very good favor of the Bobcats either, because they like to play aggressive defense. McCoy Longwell will bring the ball up, gets it over to Gavin Shumway. Gavin will drive baseline on the left-hand side, gets kind of caught in the air, and tried to
shot that ball.
Yeah,
he was up there. The guy dropped off him. He had actually a wide open shot, but
tried to dish it off to McCoy, and ball gets poked away. So stays to the Bobcats. Oh, Cord right there open, gets it still, posts up big, goes up, and is good by Cord Simmerall. Very patient there, getting it on the block, not rushing his shot. Got in on the smaller defender there. Hadley Johnson with a great steal there. Pass it over to McCoy Longwell. McCoy Longwell bring it up, pass it up to Gavin up the court. Jet streaking down the sidelines, not able to get it. Gavin gets into a little trouble, pass out to McCoy. McCoy will get him set up at the top of the key, gonna drive in left-handed. Al Spotted guarding him pretty tight. Hadley Johnson gets a nice screen and roll there between Hadley and Jet Longwell. Just a little bit out of reach, but it's a great, I mean, that's a little bit of that chemistry, probably a little jitters there by Hadley Johnson getting in for the start, and great play. I hope they go back to it, because it was right there for sure.
Perfect play, right pass, just a little bit too strong.
Right. So Jet Longwell playing tough defense, both Longwell boys. Gavin Shumway gets it, tries to get over. Al Spotted with the wide open 3. Up is no good. Good box out by Cord Simmerall, and he'll get it over to McCoy Longwell. McCoy will bring it up. Drives it to the center, gets into the middle lane.
Nice
Great
pass.
dish. Cord Simmerall will go up and
Nice
good
pass.
again.
Coy Longwell with the assist to Cord Simmerall.
Yeah, that was great. And Cord kind of the exact same shot twice in a row. Oh, good pass there. Transition offense, like we said, a great pass from Javin Walker to Nate Guyman.
4-4, Thermopolis and Tongue River tied up in the first.
Right, and I think, you know, the press, you're going to give up shots in the press sometimes. McCoy Longwell, deep 3 from the corner, no good. But you also get steals, so they've seen the benefits of a press, and they've also seen, you know, an easy bucket. So Al Spotted with another 3. He'll shoot, no good. Hadley Johnson comes down with it. So again, I'm not sure if there's a missing assignment there on Al Spotted. He's had a couple of wide open 3s, just nothing has fallen. Coy Longwell to the middle of the lane, kicks it back out to Gavin. Gavin calling for a screen. He's gonna pass on the screen, get it back to Cord Simmerall. Cord thinks about the 3 and kind of got bunched up here in the corner, so get it over to McCoy where he's open for the 3. Shot is up, no good. Rebound by Guyman. Guyman's gonna look to pass it ahead up to Caleb.
Ooh, nice spin move by Guyman.
Yeah, Kilbride gets it, goes up after the spin move, misses, but then gets a rebound here, and it looks like the Tongue River Eagles are set for a line change. So just as I started getting names down, they're going to change everything up.
Kevin, when you look at their transition game, they're borderline cherry picking.
Yeah.
They send the guy as soon as the ball's going up. They're sending the guy to where they make almost a full court pass every time, or 3/4 court pass every time down that far side. So Cats are definitely going to have to be sending somebody quickly back.
Right. All right, and for the Eagles, we got Travis Axman, number 35, also Logan Rosix in. Let's see, Brent Brockman comes in as well, and Coulter Hanift will come in for the Eagles. It looks like looks like Caleb Kilbride was the one that stayed in on that line change, and then Zach Hasey checks in as well for the Bobcats, and Cody Bomengen as well will check in for Jet and Hadley. Pass around to Cord. McCoy Longwell gets it at the top of the key, looks to pass to Cody Bomengen. Cody will pass it over to Gavin. Gavin passes it down into Cody as Cody posts up at the high post. Back out to Cord. Gavin with the chance at a three. Three is up, a little hard, no good. Shot is up, or rebound kind of challenged for Cord Simmerall, ends up with it as it bounces around off a couple players. McCoy Longwell calling for a screen, and Kilbride reaches in and knocks the ball out of bounds. So McCoy will keep it 5-4. Eagles leading the Bobcats here with 3:34 left in the first quarter. Gavin Shumway will pass it over to McCoy, looking to pass it into Cord. Cord almost coming out for a screen, and then pass up on it, get it over to Cody Bomengen. Cody handoff there to Gavin Shumway. Gavin with a deep three up off the back of the rim, and off to the races goes Logan Rosix as he gets the rebound, passes it. A tough pass. I'm not even sure how that got into Brent Brockman, and then he passed out to Haniff. Haniff will shoot the three. Shot is up, no good. Cord Simmerall fights for the rebound and is able to get it. Gavin Shumway will bring the ball up, surveying to try to look for a deep pass. Nothing was there. Get it over to McCoy. McCoy calling for that screen. I was afraid that was going to come. McCoy left just a teach too early, and Cord's going to pick up a second early foul on an illegal screen. So Jet Longwell will come in for him. That's one of those when you're a coach or a player, sometimes you ask if you could give that foul to somebody else, because it really wasn't Cord. Cord was trying to come up and do what he did. McCoy just left a smidge too early, and so got the moving screen there. Axemit's going to bring the ball up for the Eagles. Kilbride calling for it. Haniff calls for it down inside, and a turnover there. So McCoy Longwell bringing it up. Cat's doing a great job defensively, not really letting anything easy come through the middle of the lane. Oh, and then equally we kind of forced the pass into Jet. Didn't really do much. Pass to Haniff. Haniff's going to work hard, go up against Cody Bomengen. Cody didn't really have a choice. I actually don't hate that foul. I mean, it's a tough one, but otherwise he was going to get an easy bucket. So Cody Bomengen's going to get the foul there. Haniff's going to get a chance, and he is Cody's going to get a little sense of size inside today. I think he goes 6'4", 220, something like that. So he's a big kid, and it'll be a good challenge for Cody as well, as Hadley Johnson comes in for Gavin Shumway. First free throw is up and is good for Coulter. Second one is up and off the back of the rim. Cody Bomengen with the rebound gets it into Hadley Johnson. Hadley's going to bring it up the court for the Bobcats. Pass it over to McCoy. McCoy calling for that screen. Cody Bomengen doing a good job. Have a little bit of a mismatch, but Haniff was able to get back and switch that one back. So it looks like the Eagles are going to switch that screen, but they also work at trying to get right back to who they were guarding if they can. So it's going to have to be a quick pass entry to that if there's a mismatch.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hadley Johnson with a good shot. Ends up in Zach Hasey, and up and is good for Zach Hasey.
Zach Hasey picks up the loose ball, middle of the key, and just an easy layup, left-handed.
Right. Yeah, kind of a gift there, as he was just out of the play for a second, and then all of a sudden there it was. So Eagles, great pass there by Haniff. Passes it into Brant Brockman, unable to finish, and then Zach Hasey now is going to go up to Haniff. He's going to challenge him there, and up and is good.
Wow, so Zach Hasey probably gives away 100 pounds in that match.
Pass inside for Brockman. Brockman's going to catch the ball, but travels with it. I think if I was on the Tongue River side, I wouldn't have liked that call, but on the Bobcat side, definitely like the call. It's tough as the hands are in there and knocking the ball around as he's running through. But Zach Hasey making a great impact here at the start of this game. Hadley Johnson, great entry pass from Cody Bomengen into Jet Longwell. Zach Hasey with another offensive board, passes out to McCoy. McCoy,
nice job, nice in-out. Zach had that rebound, pops out to the three, and Coy Longwell for the three. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Bobcats 11 and Tongue River Eagles 6.
Yeah, great impact from Zach Hasey here as he comes in and makes a couple buckets, and then also a couple assists and rebounds. So doing a good job making an impact fast. Axemet has the ball. He's going to drive in, high up off the glass, no good. And then an offensive board and putback there by Connor Cummins. And McCoy Longwell will bring it up the court here. Pass over to Zach Casey. Zach waiting for the screen from Jet Longwell. Good screen there. They do, and then a good steal there from Connor Cummins. He comes over. Hannaf's good spin move, gets him in the air, up and is good. Looking for a foul call as well, but didn't get it.
Could have been one.
Yeah, it did look like he got hit maybe on the back of the head there as someone tried to knock it free. McCoy Longwell gets it over to Hadley Johnson. Hadley looking for that roll. I like seeing him at least look for it, and maybe it's not there, and Jet Longwell end up with it. Zach Casey feeling it. 3, just off the front of the rim on the buzzer. Challenge there by Brant Bachman. So Bobcats winning this game right now after one, leading 11-10 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, and we'll be right back for the second quarter right after this.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
All right, and we're back at the start of the second quarter here as Canyon Gerber checks in for the Bobcats as well. Gavin Shumway gets the ball over to Gerber. Gerber calling for a high screen and roll from Cody Bomengen. Pass over to Jet. Jet, nice give and go from Gavin Shumway. Shot is up, and then steps over, and Nate Guyman will step in and take a charge foul from Jet Longwell, but it was a great give and go. And really,
I think if he would have just been able to come down, plant, and go straight up, I think it would have been.
He kind of caught and turned and was floating in, and it was great defense there as well, but either way, you can't be upset about that play. It was good. You've seen some good screen and rolls from the Bobcats. Hard drive there by Caleb Kilbride, and it looks like Jet got his hands up, so now two quick ones right there at about 15 seconds apart on Jet, and so it looks like his brother was going to check in. Looks like they gave him a chance here, so appreciate. Gonna come in for Jet Longwell. So 7:36 left here in the second quarter on Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Cats still leading 11-10. Pass out to Connor Cummins. Cummins going to get it to Spotted. Spotted's going to give it to Walker. 13, Kilbride steps back for a 3, no good. Looks like they hustle after the ball. Both Bomengen and Nate Guyman both kind of went after it. It looked like Guyman thought it was off of him. Cody thought it was off of him. So obviously ball goes to the ref. Eagles. That's right. Passes up to Guyman. Guyman gets it into Spotted. Spotted's going to get it over to Cummins. Cummins up there to Kilbride. Kilbride, man, he is smooth around. Yeah, he is smooth around the rim too.
He's quick and a great shot.
Shot is up and it is no good. Rolls around on the rim, and so Bobcats end up getting it. Canyon looking to set a screen. Going to pass it out to Canyon Gerber. Canyon looks for a skip pass to Gavin Shumway. Gavin high to go get that pass. Looking for a screen from Cody Bomengen. He'll roll out, slip out to the three-point line, get it to Hadley Johnson. Hadley to McCoy. McCoy back out to Cody Bomengen up the top of the key. Good screen there, back screen from Gerber to Bomengen. Now they're going to set back up here, get separated a little bit. Canyon looking for that screen. Getting himself in a little bit of trouble, get it out to Gavin. Gavin's going to have to set them back up and run their offense. So as Lyman Eagles set to do a complete line change again. Cody Bomengen with the top of the key over to Gavin Shumway. Bobcats being patient, almost passed there as Gerber cut in. Hadley Johnson ends up with it. He's going to drive to the rim, go up left-handed. Oh my goodness. Call a charge foul on that one.
I thought he stepped to the side of that. I think where the
agree.
ref was, it looked like he went through, but from our angle, he was able to kind of sidestep around that, and there was some acting that went on.
I agree on that one. If there was contact, there wasn't a lot, and I thought Hadley did a phenomenal job actually to avoid the contact, and shot was up and is good. So Court Simmerall will come in for Gerber. Let's see, just over 6 minutes left in this first half. Bobcats still up 11-10, no scoring yet in this second quarter. So both teams kind of feeling each other out here as they don't probably know each other too much playing other games this week. They probably spent more time on those other teams, and Hadley Johnson now is going to pick up 2 quick fouls as well.
Unfortunately, that's going to put us into the bonus, or they're going to be shooting bonus moving forward. We still got 6 minutes left in the quarter. That could prove to be a differential.
Right, and the Bobcats have 3 with 2 fouls. 3 of the starters, Jet, Hadley, and Cord, all with 2 fouls. And so Travis Axemet is going to go to the line for a one-on-one opportunity. First one is up and is no good, but rebound there. Oh my goodness, a good pass from Bachman into Haniff, and Haniff ends up making the basket. So that was a good rebound pass from him, just kind of a wraparound pass.
Nice combination.
Yeah, it really was. So Del Dukes checks into the game as well. Gavin Shumway with the pass over to McCoy, gets stolen there by Alex Barker. He passed it into Haniff. Haniff unable to finish. 24 ends up with the ball. So Logan Rosix ends up with the ball. His shot is up and is no good. And then Brant Bachman ends up coming down with the offensive board as well. So again, 3 chances here at some shots. Good defense by a few of them, but fouls as well. So Zach Hasty will check in for Gavin Shumway, and Brant Bachman will have an opportunity at a 3-point play here for the and one. After he got the bucket. He works hard around the rim too. He wears a brace, so I don't know if that made me notice it, but I thought during warm-ups it kind of looked like he was favoring it, but when he's playing, he's not favoring it.
I'm not seeing any indication that it's a slowdown.
No, not at all. So Cody Bomengen over to McCoy. McCoy gives a little head fake.
Oh, good pass.
Nice screen and roll. Oh, and he almost went to call the block foul and then called an offensive foul on Cody Bomengen. So that's going to be Cody picking up his second as well. Jet Longwell was going to come in, but with 2 fouls. So it looks like Brody Potter is going to check in for Cody Bomengen. So again, I think, that's his 3rd foul. I did not know that was his 3rd.
He comes over to the sideline saying, Coach, I got 3. He picked up 2. Quick.
2 early ones, yeah, and then misses. So again, I think you're right that we might be. It is just different basketball, 3A to 2A, not in a bad way at all. It's just different, and so depending on how it's officiated, it just might be different. So now the Bobcats just have to recognize how it's going to be officiated, and they just need to make the changes, appropriate changes to it. Haniff's going to get the ball. He's going to go up. Good block by Brody Potter, but he lost his glasses. The ball ends up in Coulter Haniff's hands again, and then he's able to go up and make it while Brody's searching for his glasses. Great pass by McCoy Longwell. The refs take a long time to call that one. I think they really wanted to almost call another offensive on McCoy, but decided they didn't want to have a discussion with Coach Corpening again and would take their chances with Coach Hansen that time. So Zach Hasty will take it out. The Tongue River has gone on a little bit of a run here now and lead by 6 points, 17-11 over the Bobcats. Pass inside to Brody Potter. Brody up and good. Nice pass from Zach Hasty into Brody Potter. So Brody Potter up and good for 2. Pass it into Bachman. Bachman's going to get it. He throws a hard pass into Axemet, but Del Dukes with a nice steal there. He'll get it over to Cord Simmerall. Cord unable to hang on to the ball, looking to pass it before he gets it, trying to get it into McCoy's hands, cross-court pass.
Corpening's seen enough, yeah.
So 17-13, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, just 4 minutes left here in the second quarter. They're going to take a full timeout, and we'll be right back after this.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton. Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
All right, and we're back after the timeout. Bobcats choosing to do a little full court pressure here as Bobcats are running their full court press. Eagles able to break it here, but they're going to still run a little trap play here between McCoy and Zach. Pass gets down into the corner, back up to Axemet at the top.
He did travel, took a step back and moved that pivot foot as well. So yeah, Bobcat pressure kind of unnerves him for a turnover.
Right. So it's exactly why you run a press. You just want to try to cause some chaos there, cause some pressure that makes him make a mistake here. So McCoy Longwell end up with it. Going to be forced to his left by Logan Rosix. Zach Casey's going to get it. Screen, good screen from Brody Potter. Oh, Del Duke's a little late, saw him, but it was just too late. Rosix will end up getting a rebound, yep. Into Haniff. Haniff, a great pass there. And unable to finish there was Alex Barker. And Zach Casey ends up with it, gets it into McCoy Longwell's hands. McCoy kind of having to jump, passing to Del Duke. Still with the cross-court pass to Brody Potter. Brody going to make a move inside, up, and no good. Haniff with the rebound. Del Duke's trying to get the ball. Dodged the elbows nicely in that one as well, as Alex Barker ends up passing it in to Bachman. Travis Axemet's going to have it up at the top of the key. Looking for that elevator screen, pass it out to
nice play.
Haniff to Bachman, and that's where those assists are coming from. Yep. I think we're starting to see that great half-court sets there by the.
Well, they just tend to get the ball down low, and then the cutter comes right down the middle, and they just pass right to the middle for an easy layup.
And they ran the play as though they were going to shoot a three-pointer, but they had no intentions of shooting the three in that play whatsoever. So
that's right.
Bachman with the ball in the corner here, looking for Haniff. Haniff's going to set a back screen to run baseline. Barker with the ball. Haniff's going to get the ball back out to Axemet. Axemet's going to get the ball to Logan Rosix. Haniff's going to do some work on Brody Potter. Zach Hasty kind of steps in to try to double team as well. Looks like I'm going to think that is probably on Zach.
Yeah,
Zach Hasty with the reach-in foul there. That'll be his first. Teams, we're in the double bonus now here, so Haniff will have an opportunity to shoot two.
And Thermopolis can't be happy with the foul count because it's 10-2 at this point.
Right. Shot is up and good. So 5 points there for Haniff in this quarter. 4 in the first, 5 in this one. So leading all scorers with 9 points here. And he's been working in, probably leads the team in assists as well, because he definitely isn't always a shoot first player. Looks like a screen will come in for Haniff, and or a screen. Get checked in. Nate Guyman, he'll come in for Haniff. Gavin Shumway checked in for Del Dukes as well.
And actually, Haskmet is the assist leader, but Haniff is number 2.
Oh,
You're correct on that.
And Cord Simmerall gets a nice screen and roll there, and Cord goes up and scores a bucket again there too. So shot there by Guyman from the 3, no good. Gets the ball into Al Spot, a great no-look pass out to Javin Walker. Javin Walker unable to make it. Zach Hasty getting another rebound, so he's finding himself in position to get some rebounds as well here. Zach Casey with the ball pass over to Gavin Shumway. Brody Potter set a screen and roll. And I will say Caleb Kilbright, he's done a good job on that post defense too. He just kind of gets out of the way and doesn't let him roll. Ooh, could have been a moving screen again there. Cord Simmerall up short. McCoy Longwell gets the rebound though. Calling for that screen again. Nice pass up to the high post to Cord Simmerall. Give and go. Oh, almost out to Gavin, but it just hits the side or the baseline. And Cody Bomengen will check in for Cord Simmer. I'll give him a quick break. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows a score of 21-15. How much time is left? I can't see. Is that?
It's 1:10.
Okay. All of a sudden, I went into a time warp and couldn't remember how long we've been in the second quarter. Pass goes into Kilbride. Kilbride's going to go up. Nice look and dish off to Nate Guyman, but a little too much heat on it, and it'll go out of bounds. Zach Hasty will come out and get a break as Hadley Johnson checks back in for him. Gavin Shumway will bring up the ball for the Bobcats. Just under a minute left here. Bobcats trailing by 6, 21-15. Screen and roll there. Brody Potter looking to get it into Cody Bomengen. Get
wide
over to
open.
McCoy. Coin up, no good. Ball bounced around. Brody Potter ends up getting it. The ball kind of gets snapped around out of his hands. He gets a shot up, gets his own offensive board, tries to just do a little tip drill, gets fouled in the process. So he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
It'd sure be nice if he can hit these. It'll bring us a lot closer. 15-21 going in. Potentially one more possession for us with 40 seconds left. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Currently Bobcats 15 and the Tongue River Eagles at 21. First shot of Brody's is up and good.
Good. So 3 points for him here in the second quarter, which is really good. Caleb Kilbride picks up that foul as well. Nobody in foul trouble for them. They just have 3 team fouls. Second one is up and off the back of the rim, and Hadley Johnson able to chase down that rebound. Kind of in trouble there. Looks like as they reach in, try to grab the ball for a tie-up, they're going to call a foul there on number 15, which is Connor Cummins. And that'll just be his first as well. So 14 fouls there. Coy Longwell set to take the ball out of bounds. He'll pass it out into the backcourt to Gavin Shumway. Gavin Shumway will bring it up against Al Spotted. Pass over to Hadley Johnson. Tough pass through the hands of Hadley Johnson. Ball goes out of bounds to the Tongue River Eagles. Just over 30 seconds left here in this first half. Again, Bobcats trailing 21-16. So again, Bobcats doing a good job of keeping them what I would imagine is their normal scoring if they're used to 75. Al Spotted shots up. It's no good. Gavin Shumway gets it. Has numbers. He's going to drive in. Takes a Euro step. Tough shot. Up. No good. Kilbride able to get the ball. Passes it up to Guyman. Guyman's going to hang on to it. Throw it to Al Spotted. Al Spotted to the corner to Javin Walker. Javin Walker gets it back up at the top. Looks like they're going to hold on to it for a final shot. Shot is up off the backboard, and Connor Cummins with a tough 3-point shot. So Pinnacle Bank scoreboard at the end of this first half shows the Tongue River Eagles leading by 5, 21-16. We are going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for the Hot Springs Health halftime show right after this.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone. Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
All right, and welcome to the Hot Springs Health halftime show. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows the Bobcats trailing the Eagles 16-21. And Travis, as we look at kind of the keys to the game, what are you seeing from the Cats? Adding up, I just watched somebody hit a over the back half-court shot, so it kind of distracted me. But what are you seeing based on the keys to the game?
Well, we talked about chemistry, and I think there was a little bit more chemistry. You had those 5 seniors starting the game. They played together for a while. I think that it was a little bit smoother, and then he did a nice job with some of the substitutions. We talked about having to score points. Still struggling there. First quarter we got 10, but the second quarter we only got 5 points. And we talked about you got to score to win, even if you're doing everything else well. Thing that I think has kept us in the game, we talked about it, they got to get back on defense, and I think we've done a good job with our defense getting back, and I think some of our height might be playing a little bit of a factor in some of their 2-point shooting percentages. They normally shoot, like I told you, almost 60%. I don't think they're probably shooting 30% today.
Right. So, no, I agree, and those are huge things. I mean, that just tells about the Bobcats defense, I think, is it's stepping up and then also going and getting some rebounds too.
Right. The only other piece is, and we didn't talk about it, but I think one of the keys to the second half is going to be fouls.
Right.
We've got 3 guys in, potential foul trouble. And they don't have anybody with more than 1. So I think that could be a factor moving forward.
Yeah, I agree. So, moving forward with the Hot Springs Health halftime show, those of you, again, listening on 101.7 KDNO, appreciate you spending some time with us on a Saturday afternoon. And those of you also streaming live on WYO Today and the YouTube, appreciate that. Would encourage you to hit that notification. We usually try to let you know that we're going to get a game started here a few minutes before we start our pregame show with the Lady Cats or the Bobcats. So I would say just mark that notification as well. And with that, let's go ahead and talk about the Wanted Buffalo stats at the half. And as far as for the Tongue River Eagles, they have 5 that have been in the scoring. Connor Cummins has 2 Brant Bachman has 5, all scored in the second quarter. Nate Guyman has 2. Al Spotted has 2, and really Coulter Hanift has really kind of willed his power in there when he comes in. He's been coming off the bench with that second group, and he has 10 points. And like you said, Travis, nobody 4 with single fouls, but nobody really at all in foul trouble. How about for the Bobcats?
Well, for the Bobcats, unfortunately, we've only got 4 people in the scoring column. 2 of our starters, McCoy Longwell has a 1-3, and then Cord Simmerell had the 2 give-and-goes early in the first quarter and another in the second for a total of 6. Coming off the bench, Zach Hasty had 2 nice putback shots, and then Brody Potter with 1 shot and his 1 free throw for a total of 16. As mentioned, foul count for us, we've got 3 players with 2 fouls, Jet Longwell, Hadley Johnson, and Cord Simmerall, and then Bomengen with 3. So again, moving forward, we're going to have to kind of watch that.
Yeah, they're going to have to change up a little bit of how they're playing the defense there and things like that. And we want to thank One-Eyed Buffalo for the stats at the half. Hot Springs South, again, thank you for the halftime show as well. As they come out, they're just going to have to, see what adjustments each team makes, what they're going to be able to do to get on the scoreboard a little bit better too. Because, right now you're doubled up. It's 42-32, and that's just not what you want in a high school basketball game. So it'll be interesting to see what is drawn up to change that and get some points up on the board. So that'll finish us up for the Hot Springs South halftime show. We're going to take a quick break here, and we will be back for the second half of Bobcat basketball with Kevin Gerber and Travis Bomengen. Thanks for joining us.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
All right, and we're back here as we get ready to start this third quarter in the second half for Bobcat basketball here on their home gymnasium. This is one of their final 2 home games. They have one more home game that'll be senior night in a few weeks against the Lovell Bulldogs, who they just saw on this past Tuesday. So again, hoping for some changes here at half, try to get on the board a little bit quicker here, put some points up on the board, and we're getting ready to set. Looks like Bobcats will go ahead and start with their same starters they had at the beginning of the game. Same with the Tongue River Eagles. So a little lob pass in there, a little set play right to start off the get-go. Kilbride with another spin move, kicks it out. Al Spotted, shot up, no good. Good rebound by Cord Simmerall. I actually thought there might be a foul called on Guyman, but no call. Good pass from Gavin Shumway up to Jet Longwell. Jet unable to set, and then an over the back call there. That's going to be on Hadley Johnson, so that's going to be his third as Guyman was able to get.
Seemed almost the same play on both ends of the floor. Did we get the call against us and not the other way? So
Right. And I think that's kind of what Coach Corpening is arguing, that I don't know that he's arguing the call so much, but saying that's similar to what we just saw. So Tongue River gets the ball up to Spotted up at the top of the key. Javin Walker, he'll look for an opening there, look to pass it. Kilbride will get it up at the top of the key there. Again, a smooth left-hand player for sure. Connor Cummins ends up getting it to Al Spotted, pass it in to, that felt like a lot of steps, but I don't think it was. It just wasn't a fast move, and again, he just finds his way in for a bucket. Gavin Shumway with a nice drive, passes it out to Jet Longwell. Jet chooses not to shoot, passes it out to McCoy. McCoy going to get him set up in their offense. He's going to drive into the key. Gavin Shumway with a long three up and is good.
We had talked about that at half, Kevin, you and I did, about we just haven't seen Gavin in the offensive production, so it's nice to see him get going early.
Oh, and then a pass inside to Guyman, and Cord kind of standing up with his foul trouble, so passes it up ahead. Jet Longwell with it. He goes up. Shot is up and no good, but they are going to call for a blocking foul against Nate Guyman there, which will be just his first foul, but Jet Longwell will go to the line to shoot
Jet
2
had
free
a
throws.
great move, and that ball rolled all the way around the rims, hung there,
Yeah.
and then kind of rolled off. So
Kinda
hopefully he can earn something here the hard way.
Kind of the tail of the rims today, I think.
First shot for Jet is up and in.
So now seeing Gavin put a bucket in, and Jet now both getting on the board for the first time for the Bobcats as well. Now just trailing by 3, 6:25 left. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows the Bobcats trailing 20-23 to Tongue River Eagles. Second one is up, no good. Al Spotted is going to get
pass.
it. Going to pass it up ahead.
Wide open layup.
Connor Cummins up and good.
Bobcats fell asleep in that transition, forgetting who they were playing.
Right. Pass into Jet Longwell. They have been able to break this press fairly easy, so that's been good to see the Bobcats doing that. Del Dukes is checked in. Gavin Shumway pulling up from the 15-footer. No good. Del Dukes getting a rebound, who's done a great job. Not the biggest guy, but does a good job of getting rebounds. McCoy kind of takes a chance here. And Kilbride, man, going up hard and fast. And, man, he finishes on the shot and gets fouled on the hand as he goes up by McCoy Longwell as well.
I really McCoy did a great job getting back. I thought he was just going to kind of taunt him a little bit. He did reach out his hand and slapped at the ball.
Yeah, I even heard that one a little bit from up here. But again, trying to go after the ball. Kilbride able to finish, which was through quite a bit of contact on his arm, but strong enough to get up, and shot is up and is no good. And
just like that, the Bobcats were within 3, now down 7.
Right. Cord Simmerall with a good rebound. And now he's going to drive up the left-hand side. He's going to take a hard, tough shot there. And then Kilbride ends up with the ball, so he's going to pass it up ahead there to Connor Cummins. Cummins into Al Spotted. Al Spotted's going to drive baseline, give it up to Guyman. Guyman goes up for the shot. Ball gets stripped away by Jet Longwell. Gavin Shumway has it. Cord Simmerall up to Del Dukes. Del's going to make a move up and over the top. Shot is up and good by Del Dukes.
Del Dukes, he did a great job. Did a Euro going to his left, throws it up on the left, bounces around, and does drop through.
That's right. It was
shot.
A good move, and that's kind of been Del this whole season. He just works hard and is able to finish around the rim through contact, and does some great stuff there. So free throw is up and no good, but Jet Longwell is able to get the rebound. He'll pass it out to Gavin. Gavin wide open 3 at the top of the key, up, no good. McCoy hustling for the ball along with Connor Cummins there, and it'll go off of McCoy. So Bobcats are going to run a little full court press here as well, try to get some quick turnovers here for Tongue River. Ball gets into Kilbride. Kilbride over to Javin Walker. He'll pass it out to Al Spotted into Guyman then. That great ball movement there, but good defense by McCoy. McCoy just can't. He did everything right. I mean, hustle.
He skids out of bounds and then had to try to touch the ball to prevent it from going out of bounds.
Right. And then his foot kind of caught it right at the end to give it enough momentum to get out of bounds. So good hustle play by McCoy. And it looks like Hannafta will check into the game. So it doesn't look like we're going to do full line changes again maybe this half, but we'll check to see here. Javin Walker with it up at the top of the key. He's going to pass it over to Kilbride. Kilbride's going to pass it into Hannafta. Hannafta over to Al Spotted. Al Spotted's going to drive in on McCoy Longwell, kind of back in, get it back out to Hannafta. Good double team there by McCoy and Cord.
I thought we had that
Hannafta
ball.
looking to get the ball over to Al Spotted. Kind of just overload on this side, on this near side. Del Dukes with the steal. A couple steps there, but it's only a travel if somebody sees it. So the McCoy Longwell will bring the ball up. And again, some bench play really making an impact here for the Bobcats as well. Gavin Shumway gets it over to Cord Simmerall, pass it to McCoy in the corner. McCoy going to drive baseline with the left hand, pass out to Jet Longwell. The top of the key over to Del Dukes. Del looking to get the ball into Cord Simmerall. Cord's going to drive in with the left hand, take a tough shot, little floater up against Hannafta. Unable to make it, gets it up to Javin Walker. There you got numbers. Javin Walker to Al Spotted. Al Spotted is up and good.
Yeah, 3-on-1 was the differential there with the Eagles coming at Gavin Shumway, the lone setback.
Right, and that all kind of set up by a rebound and quick outlet from Hannif. Get it up to Gavin Shumway. Gavin over to Cord. Cord take a three. That shot is up and is good. So big.
Great shot by Cord Simmerell. He was about 4 feet behind the line and nothing but net.
Yeah, that was a good shot there by Cord Simmerall, and looks like we're going to take a quick 30-second timeout, so we'll just stay right here. You know, seeing a couple threes drop, that's been good for the Bobcats, actually outscoring 9-8 in this quarter right now. The Bobcats are with those 2 threes, one from Gavin, one from Cord. Spreading around the scoring a little bit. Jet getting on the board with 1 out of 2. Really, it's just going to come down to, you know, who's able to break who's press better, who's going to get out transition. Scoreboard shows the Bobcats leading 29-25. So, you know, what adjustments do you think you're going to see here?
Well, I think Corpany, we've been out transition more this half than we were the entire first half, and we're only, 4 minutes into the quarter. So I think he's really going to have to hopefully send the message, you've got to get back on that transition, because there's been 3 different times where they've scored an easy layup because of numbers.
Right, and right now the way this is set up, is definitely set up for a transition. Saw that one kind of coming from before it even started. Hannif ends up with the ball in his hands. Shot is up, is no good. Shocked actually that they weren't able to score off of that. Brockman,
2 looks.
Bachman almost passed on a shot that he probably should have taken to be unselfish, and ended up working in Bobcats' favor. McCoy passes a tough pass to Jet Longwell, and then 2 Tongue River Eagles almost bounced it in and made the shot, and then Jet Longwell came over kind of out of frustration on that one, tried to get a steal, and he's going to pick up his 3rd foul.
Yeah, I think that was one of those retaliatory fouls where just frustrated, a little extra energy. I want the ball back. I'd like to take that shot again.
Right. Hadley Johnson checks back in for McCoy Longwell. Zach Casey's also in the game, so ball gets up. The Tongue River did end up running kind of their line change, just a little bit of a different than what they've seen before. And Hannif is going to do some work around the rim now, and he ends up making a bucket. So sometimes I would say with Coulter, sometimes maybe he needs to not be selfish and just work around the rim, because he's got some smooth work.
Nice
Great
pass. Hadley Johnson to Jet Longwell, give and go down low. Longwell with the layup on the right-hand side.
Man, when they run that the right way, it is just a pretty
beautiful
thing to watch.
Ooh, great interception by Cord Simmerell down low.
That's right. Coach McPhee wondering where he's at on the football field at this point.
Exactly.
Drive in from Gavin. Gavin with a nice pass in to Jet Longwell, and then ball goes off his hands and goes out of bounds. Just trying to gather himself.
That's the thing. Everything was there. He just couldn't put the hands on the ball.
Right.
It's like 3 times he tried to get that thing and couldn't quite do it. So.
Right. So Bobcats again setting a full court press here. Ball gets over to Cummins. Cummins is going to get it into Axemet. Axemet's going to pass it over into the hands of Logan Rosix. Rosix gets the ball over to Connor Cummins. Connor getting trapped there, both by Zach and McCoy. Looks like they're going to call a 30-second timeout. We're going to take a quick break as well. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, 2:22 left in the 3rd quarter. Bobcats trail the Eagles 31-27. We'll be right back after this.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
All right, and we're back after the timeout. It'll be Tongue River Eagles that bring the ball out. Cummins will take it out of bounds. He'll pass it into Axemet. Looking to set up. Looks like the Bobcats are going to run a little zone themselves here. 2-3. Gets it passed in. Hannif with the ball in the corner. Passes it back out to Axemet. Cummins gets it. Great short corner to low block from Guyman to Hannif, and Hannif ends up with a bucket there for 2. Again, that just, they they don't hold on to the ball very long. And when they get it into their half-court sets and they know exactly what play they're going to run, they trust each other, they run a pretty good play.
Well, that's the thing. You can just tell that they know where the guy's going.
Right.
I mean, they throw the ball before he's almost moving. Cord Cimarron with the deep three, nothing but net.
Yeah,
brings the
Pinnacle 2 threes for him.
Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, 30 for Bobcats, 33 for Tongue River.
Right. So good, get him in there, and man, the three, the forever equalizer in the game, even when some stuff isn't working. Almost a turnover by the Eagles, and sure enough it is, and Cord Cimarron is going to drive in. And
wow,
shot.
Cord Cimarron, sorry about the camera work there, but Cord Cimarron did a great step side to shoot a left-handed layup, kind of moving through the air, Mach 10.
That's right, and just like every coach loves, decided to not use anything but the net.
Hey, I'm not going to complain right now because it was a score.
Yeah, it did, it went in. So Bobcats just in this quarter doubled up their score, so scoring 16 in the first half, have 16 here just in the third quarter alone. So showing some more scoring, which has been good, led by Cord Cimarron. Ball goes into Cummins. Cummins going to pass it out. They're kind of out of sorts here. The 2-3 zone showing them a little bit of trouble and hassle. So ball's going to go off of Cummins, and Zach Hasey and Cummins hustle for it. So Jet Longwell is going to come in with real quick here with just 40 seconds left in this third quarter. Bobcats only down by 1, having a chance to take the lead here going into the fourth quarter. So Gavin Shumway going to pass it over to McCoy, going to set screen and roll. Wide open
move.
Layup, and McCoy.
They went for this pick and roll. McCoy didn't take the pick, went the other way, and nobody went with him.
Yeah, and that's when it's good. You know, you don't do it often, just every once in a while. Hanift with the shot. Shot is up, no good, rolls off the rim. Gavin Shumway with just 10 seconds left is going to drive in. I apologize, just 10 seconds now left in the game. Yeah, Longwell catches the ball, turns, lowers the shoulder, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Jet Longwell.
Well, and as good as Jet is and as strong as he is, the guy outweighed him by probably 30 pounds. I think there was a decent bit of acting on that, Kevin.
As soon as the contact happened, he dropped back and fell back, and that's tough. That's tough for Jet. That's his 4th foul too. Hard for him to pick that one up, but again, a good move by Jet, and frustrated for obvious reasons, I guess. So,
yeah, that's a frustrating play for sure because he made the shot.
Yeah, he sure did. Cummins is going to bring the ball down, gets it up over to. Shot goes up by Cummins, just not able to run the play that they were kind of wanting to run, and shows the Bobcats with a 34-33 lead going into this fourth quarter, and we will come right back for the fourth and final quarter of the Bobcat basketball.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton. Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
All right, and we're back here for the start of the fourth quarter as the Bobcats had an 18-12 quarter there, and almost a turnover there by the Bobcats right out the get-go, but shows the Bobcats with a 1-point lead now. Like I said, outscoring the Eagles there with a score of 18-12 in that quarter. So a good quarter for the Bobcats, and Zach Hasey ends up with the ball here. He's going to drive it in.
Should
good
have taken
pass
it all the
to
way
Cody,
in.
Cody Bomengen. Cody looks to pass it out to Hadley Johnson,
I
and
think both Zach and Cody should have shot the ball rather than turning that over.
I agree. They both were in there. I'm afraid that if Zach would have shot it, they maybe would have called an offensive foul too, because somebody definitely stepped in and took some contact. Kilbride's going to drive in and dish it out Looks like Walker's going to get it deep into the middle of the lane, but unable to do anything with it. Axemet with it, passes it out to Walker. Walker with a wide open three up and is good. And they haven't hit a lot of threes, but they seem to hit them when they need them.
That was a timely one.
It was. So Gavin Shumway is going to bring it up the court. So Bobcats just trailing by 2. It's going to be a back and forth game, I have a feeling, to the end for the Bobcats. Pass it into McCoy Longwell. McCoy gets a screen from Cody Bomengen, tries to pass it into Cody. Cummins up to Kilbride. Hadley Johnson, hustle play for him.
Oh, no trip.
Oh, they do call a foul.
I was going to say, because
he
had to stumble and try to avoid stepping on the player, fell down. So that's a good call by the refs.
Right, Caleb Kilbride will pick up his his third foul, looks like, and that's tough because, it's one of those calls that you're like, man, how do I avoid that? But
you can't.
It's
just because location is the loser for you there.
Right. That's right. So really Caleb Kilbride being the only one in some foul trouble. McCoy with a tough pass into Cody Bomengen to Kilbride as he runs in, goes up, and makes the bucket.
Boy, another inch and he could have put it down. I thought he was going to two-hand jam.
I think the bench did too, because they all were standing up thinking that something different was going to happen there. Gavin Shumway will drive to the left-hand side. Little head fake on Kilbride. Kilbride, good defense. Cummins with the rebound. He's going to pass it up to, sorry, I got distracted there. He's going to pass it up to, and some shots go up. Bomengen ends up with the ball in his hands. I had the wrong papers. That's why I couldn't find his number. I'm stumbling all over myself, Travis. All right, Gavin gets it over to Zach Hasty. Zach's going to pass on that screen as well. Get it to Cody Bomengen. Bomengen to
Gavin, wide open three. Just off the front of the rim. Darn it.
Cummins gets it to Axemet. Axemet's going to pass it ahead to Guyman. Guyman's going to look. He's going to give the ball up as well, as he thought Javin Walker was going to stay kind of where he was at, and he passes it down and it goes out of bounds.
Tongue River's so unselfish. They're almost being too unselfish in this half. I mean, they're making some passes. They're passing up good shots for shots that might not be quite as good.
Right. And that one, I mean, I agree with you. I think he could have just pulled up, had a little 6-footer off the glass, and probably would have been a good shot. Gavin waiting for the screen from Cody Bomengen, surveying it here a little bit. Cord Simmerall gets it. He's going to do a good jumper.
Nice move by Cord. Drives in, pull-up jumper off the glass. Nice move.
That's his 16th point in the game here, as he's really come alive here in the second half, doing a good job of just being patient. Around the back pass here by Bachman, and Zach Hasty gets a steal. He's going to take it again at Hanneft. Hanneft thought he got the block, and I think he got the block, but he hit with the body there, and Zach Hasty's going to have it.
Zach Hasty, no fear. That's the second time Hasty's gone up against him and ended up on the line. So good job, Zach Hasty, taking the ball court to court, or coast to coast.
First time got a bucket, and then this time drew the foul. So first one is up and is good.
Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Thermopolis 37, then the Eagles 38 with 5 minutes, 18 seconds left in the fourth.
Second shot is up, is no good, and Hanneft will come down with the rebound, and he'll get it into Kilbride's hand. Kilbride's going to be bringing the ball up the left-hand side. Bachman, good give and go.
Goodness. Doesn't get prettier than that, Kevin.
No, it really doesn't. Connor Cummins ends up being the beneficiary of it, but all he had to do was stand there and finish
wide
the layup.
Open.
So a nice pass on it by Gavin and to Cody Bomengen. Cody goes up strong and then is blocked from behind by Hanneft. Del Duke sets to check in for Zach Hasty. Gavin Shumway is going to take the ball out of bounds as they set up for their out-of-bounds play here. Cody Bomengen gets the ball in his hands, pass it out to McCoy. Going to do a down screen there. McCoy keeps it, takes it, and drives in. And once again, they're doing a good job of stepping over and taking charges. And
again, the weight differential, Kevin, was at least 50 pounds to their favor, and they're flopping on that. I kind of think they do a good acting job.
Right, and
sure.
I believe that probably the scouting report is the Bobcats like to drive and try to get all the way to the lane, and so if you can step over and take a charge, that's what they want to see you do. So there's a timeout on the floor, and we'll do the same. We'll be right back after this.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
And we're back after the timeout here. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows just under 5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Bobcats trail by 3, 37-40, putting on some full court pressure here, and they're going to pass it up to Bachman. Bachman's going to drive in, gets a little double team, but splits through it. Axemit's going to get it over to Hanneft, and kind of challenge him to shoot a deep three. Doesn't look like he's going to take it though. So good hard pass in there into Hanneft. Logan Rosick's fired it in there, and sounded like a couple jammed fingers came out of that one too, because I heard that over my headphones.
Yeah, I was like shaking my hand just thinking about how that felt.
Yeah, me too. So Bobcats end up with the ball, trailing by 3. Gavin Shumway going to bring up the ball, going up against Rosick's. Al Spotted comes over.
Ooh, hit him.
Had Del Dukes and Cody Bomengen knocking down the 3. So again, a big 3 coming from Cody Bomengen. Good shot by him. Now that should open up the middle for him too. Now that they know he can shoot from the outside, they can challenge him, maybe be able to get a good drive in there as well. So tied ball game here. That big shot from the freshman ties the game up for the Bobcats, 40-40.
Oh, good tip.
Good defense there. Oh, yeah, Cord Simmerall almost gets it, and then the ball ends up into the hands of Axemit.
Oh, we had 2 opportunities to get the ball, threw it in well, went by our guys right into the hands of the Tongue River Eagle.
Yep, Travis gets it, drives in, and looks like the foul ends up being on Cody Bomengen, so that'll be his 4th foul. But at this point, the way he's playing, I would do the same. I think well, maybe he's coming out, I don't know, but I would probably leave him in to keep playing against the big guys. First shot is up and is no good for Travis Axemet. Oh, it looks like Del Dukes is going to come out, so Bomengen is going to stay in. McCoy Longwell checks in. So we have Cord Simmerall, Zach Casey, McCoy Longwell, Cody Bomengen, and Gavin Shumway in for the Bobcats right now. 3:40 left here in the fourth quarter. Second free throw is up and is good for Travis Axemet. So, and he will come out of the game as Cummins checks in for him. McCoy Longwell with the ball. Pick him up at half court, Cummins will, and probably in more for his defensive abilities. Cody Bomengen feeling it, knocks down another 3. Huge shot there, man, what a big shot. So again, huge shots for the freshman to knock down, and man, proud dad moment there for you, Travis, watching him knock those down.
I was holding my breath, guys. I'm holding my breath.
Hanneft ends up with the ball inside, and a little chance there to try to steal it away, and he ends up getting the ball and up and good for 2. So game still tied 43-43 between the Bobcats and the Eagles. Gavin Shumway passes it over, and once again, Kilbride standing right there waiting for us to cut inside. Gavin Shumway ends up picking up his first foul.
You talked about the fact they probably had a scattering report on us. We like to drive and take it all the way in. He had a great end-out pass, but just momentum carried him in, and they've got some good actors on that team. Well, yeah,
I mean, as soon as they feel that, I mean, they stand there, and as soon as they feel that contact, they go down. They're not going to call an offensive foul if you don't go down, so, you know, whether that's how they play all the time or if they're just coached up to do that tonight, I don't know. So, all right, as Cummins gets it there, he gets trapped by Zach and Cord, and ends up just falling with the ball. Ball goes off of him and out of bounds. So
that time the flop didn't work in his favor.
That's right, yeah. 2:53 left here in the fourth quarter, 43-43 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Gavin Shumway going to drive by Al Spotted. Going to pull up here. Good. Oh, it looked like it was a good pass out to McCoy. Kilbride with the ball here, and then Cord Simmerall taking a little bit of a chance, maybe an unnecessary one, being right at half court. You'd like to see him not take that chance right there. Cord's going to pick up now his 3rd foul. So played with 2 fouls for a real long time, picked both of those up early, and And then Jet Longwell will check in for Cody Bomengen, hopefully for a quick break there as he knocks down those 2 threes. Good to get him back in while he's feeling it. And first shot is up and is good there as Kilbride shoots a free throw and makes it as Bobcats have 18 fouls, 4 only for the Tongue River Eagles. Kilbride's second shot is up and is good as well. So it looks like Tongue River will take a quick timeout. 2:34 left on the clock here for the game. Tongue River leads 45-43. Looks like a 60-second timeout, so we'll be right back after this.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone. Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stands.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
All right, we're back after the timeout. 2:34 left here on the clock, 43-45. Bobcats trail the Eagles. McCoy Longwell set to check in to pass it to Gavin. Gavin's going to bring it up the court. Again, down by 2. It's going to kind of come down to the wire here, back and forth, couple ties. No lead changes too much here. Gavin Shumway with the 3, looks to get it to Zach Casey. Zach Casey from the corner, up, no good. Follows his shot, though. Does a great job of trying to get around Cummins to get his own rebound. Falls out of bounds as he hustles after it, and it goes off of him out of bounds. So Bobcats will set up in a full court man-to-man press here. Looks like, oh, not man-to-man, but they're going to
blood press.
Yeah, 2-2-1. Pass. Cummins with it, gets it into the
Jet.
inside. Kilbride. Jet Longwell is going to pick up his 5th foul as he just has to recognize that contact's just not going to be allowed. Runs up underneath him.
Well, if he would have just he stopped, and I think if he would have kept going, he would have had the ball and gone. He kind of stopped, and that was enough to where they got the contact, you know. Right.
So that's the team's 9th foul, and because of that, Kilbride will find himself on the free throw line again, going 2 for 2. Last time he was at the free throw line. So Jet Longwell will check, or Cody Bomengen will check in for Jet Longwell as he picks up his 5th foul. 2:08 left here. Kilbride to the line. 2 of 5 total. Hit his last 2 in a row. His first one is up, is no good. Al Spotted's able to chase it down. Gets it into Haniff. Haniff's going to get the ball back out to Javin Walker. Walker's going to get it into Kilbride, over to Haniff. Haniff over to Spotted. Nobody guarding him. Deep 3. Shot is up. No good. Gavin Shumway pulls the rebound down. Under 2 minutes left. Bobcats only trailing by 2, 43-45 to the Eagles here. As the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard goes down, clock going down, 1:45 left. McCoy Longwell about loses it. Cody Bomengen there to pick it up. Cord Simmerall misses it, but Gavin Shumway there to pick it up. Great step-through move. Shot goes up. Haniff able to get his hands on it. Javin Walker reaches in on Cord Simmerall as he gets the rebound and tries to slap the ball away, but Sins, he does pick up the foul there. So Javin Walker will pick up his 1st foul. Cord Simmerall will go to the line to shoot 2. Free throw is up and good for Cord. So 17 points here for Cord in the game to lead all scorers. Del Duke's a little set to check in. He's going to go in for Zach Hasty. Second shot for Cord Simmerall is about to go up and underway. It is up
good.
And no good. And looks like they got
out.
Cody Bomengen with his 5th foul as well. Not sure what happened there. Did you see it? Or?
I didn't see it. He was lined up on the line for the throw, so I don't know if he kind of banged coming in or what happened. But
and I didn't feel like he was down low. Was he on the rebound? I didn't see like if he was in position to push or anything.
No.
So.
They were just standing. I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. It wasn't enough that I picked it up. But unfortunately, it takes them to the other end as we're now in double bonus with 10, and they only have 5 fouls.
Right.
Kind of the same thing as the first half.
Right. And Caleb Kilbright will go to the line for 2 here. Missing his last free throw, but he did make the first one of these 2. Cord, with his 2 free throws, made the first, missed the second, which led to that foul. Del Dukes, looks like we're going to run a little offense-defense. Zach Casey on the offense side, Del Dukes on the defensive side, so Zach Casey will check in. Second one up is up and no good by Kilbright, but Haniff gets it. Haniff gets it out to Walker. Walker is going to get it back into Haniff, so just 90 seconds left here in this first half. Bobcats trailing by 2, now trying to decide if they need to step up and play defense. Looks like Tongue River might be set to just try to delay game here with a 2-point lead.
Hold the ball and make us foul them.
Yeah, Bobcats are going to have to either take some chances and try to steal the ball, but again, only trailing by 2. Javin Walker almost lost the ball. Cord Simmerall got his hands in, passes it out.
Kevin, 51 minutes, you're going to have to foul. Somebody's got to foul.
Someone's going to have to take a chance. And there's Brody Potter.
This could be big.
Oh, no. I think he took steps. Sure enough, he did. Going up, did a great job of stealing the ball, getting it, going up for a layup, and just got kind of anxious and took some extra steps. So Brody Potter's going to come out, and looks like Del Dukes will check in, and Hadley Johnson will check in for him as well. So tough shot there. Good steal, exactly what you wanted to do, and like to see him go and finish up the layup. So 60-second timeout. We'll be right back after this.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
All right, and we're back here. Just a few seconds left in the timeout here as Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows less than a minute left. Bobcats trail 46-44 to the Tongue River Eagles, and a tough break there. Brody Potter does a great job of stepping in, getting the steal there as they try to pass it across the court, and went up to try to finish a shot, and took a few extra steps, try to gather himself, and fortunately not able to finish it. So Bobcats are going to come out, try to run some full court press against the Eagles. There's just 48.8 seconds left in this matchup.
Foul early, Kevin,
Bobcats.
Or what?
Man, I think you go and try to steal it, and then looks like they're just going to try to set a trap. And looks like it almost worked, too. McCoy Longwell gets his hands in, knocks the ball out of Travis Axamit's hands. So where they were calling fouls, I actually thought they would call that one. Didn't on there. Kilbright ends up getting it. Del Dukes gets it from behind.
He did, yeah.
And sure enough, Del Dukes steps in. What a great
Del Dukes knocked the ball away, grabbed the ball going out of bounds, threw it back off Kilbright's knee, and kicked it out of bounds.
What a great play. Playmakers make plays, and
that's
that was
right. Del Dukes is rotated out Zach Hasty in for the offensive changes.
That was huge.
You mentioned before.
Yeah, so a chance here, 43.8 seconds. Chance for the Bobcats to either tie or take the lead on this possession if they can run something here to get a good shot up. Gavin Shumway, fakes a deep 3, decides got outspotted in the rim. And Hadley Johnson with a shot gets blocked by Kilbright. Cummins is going to get the ball outspotted. Gord Simmerall coming up from behind. The missed shot. Haniff with a rebound, and it goes up. Oh my goodness, so many opportunities. It was a great pass from Gavin into Hadley. Hadley got blocked.
And if Hadley would have just shot it, he did the pump fake, and it gave him a chance to set himself. If Hadley, it was a great pass. If he would have just caught and shot, I think he could have gotten it.
Yeah, I think so too. And Javin Walker having a chance to finish and really maybe sealing the deal for the Eagles, and then Haniff ends up with the offensive board. He goes up as probably a good foul. He's not a great free throw shooter. So first one is up and is no good. So still just a 2-point lead for the Tongue River Eagles. Second one off the back of the rim. Court Simmerall with the rebound. Still a
Bobcats
chance,
still with
20
a
seconds
chance.
left. Pass over to Hadley Johnson,
Ooh,
give and go. Gavin Shumway shoots up, no good, and he's fouled by Hanift. Looks like Gavin came down, maybe kind of played the
there
game.
was a little bit of, they're learning.
Yeah,
they're like, hey, if these guys can be the play actors, I can try my
That's
chance
right,
at
so
that.
Gavin Shumway misses it. They're gonna call that on Hanift, his third foul. So Gavin Shumway with an opportunity here to tie the ball game up with these 2 free throws. First one is up and no good off the back of the rim.
Now, do you purposely miss this to try to give yourself a chance to rebound, Kevin?
Yeah,
with only 14 seconds, I almost think you have
left.
to.
You have to, I think, because or you wait and try to get the ball in. I mean, Haniff just missed 2 free throws. Maybe you get the ball in his hands and foul him fast, but it's going to be tough.
Either you miss and get, or
and he misses it. Haniff does get the ball, foul him. Oh, they're going to hang on to it. No. The ball gets up to Al Spotted. Al Spotted would have had
coach
a wide
calls
open
timeout.
layup, and the coach calls a timeout with 10 seconds left. I think he was actually mad at himself because he called the timeout, didn't see the ball coming.
I was like, that is crazy. The Tongue River calls a timeout
Right.
when the ball is all the way on his side of the court. One player, open layup. Yeah, I think he must have missed that.
I don't know if he thought they were throwing the ball away or maybe, I don't know. But looks like now we got just over 10 seconds left. Bobcats trailing 46-44. Man, I'm just kind of taken back by the whole thing. Gavin did try to make that free throw, unable to make it. Haniff with the rebound would have been a perfect time to foul right there.
That's what I was like. If I was Corcoran, he'd be like, okay, these are the guys to foul. As soon as he touched it, I would have been like,
go and foul him. And then he was able to get the ball out, kicked it out to Al Spotted. Al Spotted is wide open, actually. Really would have sealed the game with that free throw layup, I mean, and then game would have been over, but he called the timeout, and he was hot about something too with his players, so they must have done something that he didn't want him to do as well, and maybe it was just because Spotted leaked out instead of going and trying to get a rebound or be there for the outlet pass. So an opportunity here now for the Bobcats to try to get a steal anyways before the ball is passed in. Ball goes to Spotted, a tough play there. McCoy Longwell gets his hands in there looking for the jump ball, but it will be a foul on McCoy Longwell, his third, I believe.
Spotted, I don't think he's shot free throws, so I don't really know where he is on that.
Right,
but,
I'm the same. I'm not sure. He hasn't shot a free throw. He'll have a chance at 2 here.
So unfortunately, he's a 67% free throw shooter on the year.
Little extra pressure on these ones, though.
Yeah, that's true.
First one is up, and it rolls around. I thought it was going to come off the side of the rim, but it does go up and is good.
No,
so
it's still a one-possession game. We got 8.4 seconds, so if he makes this one, then it's looking pretty good. If he misses this one, hopefully we can get the ball out.
Yeah, and they're going to have to do a quick possession because depending on, again, if it's a 3 or a 4-point game, shot is up and is good, so he knocks down both to give him a 4-point lead. McCoy Longwell with the ball. He's going to drive it up, gets it against Al Spotted. Going to have to get a shot up. Zach Hasey with it. He's going to pass it over to Gavin Shumway. Gavin Shumway, no shot even up, taking it all. And so
sorry about the count.
The 48-44 is the final here. Bobcats lose this one just by 4 points. A great showing, though, against a tough team, you know, number 1 on their side as of right now against for the Tongue River Eagles and Coach Hansen. So we're going to take a quick timeout here as we finish up this, and then we'll be back for the Click It or Ticket post-game show and some of our players of the game as well. So we'll be right back after this.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
All right, so welcome back for the Click It or Ticket post-game show. Bobcats lose a tough one here against the Tongue River Eagles, 48-44. Really hard-fought game. Really kind of picked it up in the second half, being outscored 21-16 in the first half, and then came back, having a great second. Actually won the second half 27-25, but it showed to be just a little too much being down in the first half. Having that single-digit second quarter, only scoring 5 points, tough to overcome that one, and ended up falling 48-44. So what did you see, Travis? I guess first, like going kind of back to the keys to the game, to then how they responded to that, what you saw from first half to second half.
Number one, they scored points.
Yeah.
That's what kept them in the game. We haven't seen point production in a half that good in a long time.
Right.
So that was, I think, a real positive for them. Fouls got us in trouble. We had a couple guys down the stretch that got in trouble. One of the guys with the hot hand ends up fouling out. You know, that I think was a costly piece. And then, you know, we had some, just some tough breaks. We had some opportunities. We had the ball back. It was a 2-point game with 48 seconds, and you know, had a great shot. And just couldn't finish. So, like I said, there was a lot of positive today. I think the chemistry was better. I like the fact the seniors are back. I like the fact that he's sticking with them and letting them play. So hopefully this can kind of be a nice transition as we get ready to head into the final stretch, which is going to be a rough one because in our quadrant, we've got some pretty good teams.
Yeah, and it'll start right off for us next week on Thursday when we meet the Worland Warriors. In their house. We play them, and then we'll go to Lander then on Friday and play Lander. And Lander's a tough game, or an interesting game, because last night they played Mountain View, went into overtime against Mountain View.
Overtime,
yeah, it had a lead on them, a substantial lead in the fourth quarter, got outscored 17-6, and ended up losing that one. So Lander's definitely a game that you have no idea what team you're going to show up with, and with that being said, that's probably what people are saying about Thermopolis Bobcats. Not exactly what team are you going to be seeing. It's been a little bit different as the years gone on, but I agree with you. I think it was a good showing by the Bobcats as we look at that. Let's go ahead and let's talk about the stats here. The One Eye Buffalo stats at the end of the game here. I'll let you look at the Bobcats as as we go through here. Why don't you go ahead and go through the Bobcats and scoring there?
Well, Kevin, it's a lot nicer to look at this scoring sheet than it was at the halftime. At halftime, we only had 4 guys with points on the board, and at this point, we've got a total of 8 players in the scoring column, so a lot more balanced scoring. Cord Cimarel continues to do a great job. Last game, I think he had 17 points. The last 2 games, I think, and today he also finishes with 17 points. We had some other starters. Jet Longwell has 3. McCoy Longwell ends up with 5. Gavin Shumway with 3 for finishing out your starters. Then off the bench, you got Del Dukes finishing with 2. Zach Hasty ends up with 5. Brody Potter has his 3, and then Cody Bomengen had the 2 threes in the fourth quarter for 6, giving us a point total of 44, which is still below our season average, but moving at least in the right direction in the last half.
Right. Yeah, better to see the scoring there. And again, I just my heart kind of goes out to Brody Potter too. You know, had a great steal as they were trying to delay the game, being down by 2. able to steal it. I'm sure, that adds just a whole lot of pressure and nothing for him to hang his head about at all. I mean, he got a great steal, and yeah, you want to see those be finished and go, but a tough break for him as well, and I know he's going to feel that one for a while, but nothing for him to be upset about.
Well, and that's one I think you and I both know in that situation. Sometimes it's good to come down to just a jump stop and then go.
Yeah, gather your feet under you, and you're just.
He was running neck and neck. It wasn't like he was, way ahead of anybody from that standpoint.
Yeah.
I agree. Hopefully he can forget that one and come out in the next game and do what he does, which is usually finish well around the rim.
Yeah, doing a great job. And as far as the stats here post game for the Tongue River Eagles, sponsored by One Eye Buffalo, we had a lot of scorers for them. Their lead scorer was Coulter Hanift. We saw him do most of his damage in the first half with 10 points in the first half, 6 here in the second with a total of 16, and he does that coming off the bench. Caleb Kilbride, who you probably heard us say his name a number of times, but he really led them in a lot of other facets than just scoring, but he didn't come away with 9 points, making some big free throws at the end as well. Connor Cummins has 6 points. Javan Walker ends up with 3. Brent Bachman had 5. Nate Guyman with 2. Al Spotted with 6, and to round out the scoring, Travis Azamet ended up with 1 free throw in the fourth quarter with a total of 48 points. So again, held them well under their normal scoring. They have 4 guys that average double digits. They only allowed 1 to get into double digits. So again, there's a lot that the Bobcats can look at and be proud of how they played this team that, I don't think either of them probably did a lot of study on the other, just because it is a cross-conference game, 3A to 2A. So, getting to see something different, a good team. It's a good game for the Bobcats to come away from. I'm sure disappointed, but still build off something that they did well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move into our players of the game as we finish up this Click It or Ticket post-game show. As far as our Papa Murphy's player of the game, you talked about it, Travis. Cord's just been leading the team in scoring most of the year. And again, he came out, gave us a solid performance. I actually felt like he took a lot of really solid shots this time. He completed some really tough ones inside against some big guys that kind of is a little leaner that he tends to do, and he finishes it really well with his left hand and got a lot of those shots up. So for sure, the Papa Murphy's player of the game goes to Cord Simmerall.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more in regards to Cord. I mean, he's been like one consistent piece that we've seen through some of this troublesome time for the Bobcats.
Right.
And so hopefully he can kind of use that energy. I'd like to see him step up as a leader, off the court, kind of trying to hopefully build some of those guys up and doing some of that, with the loss of his brother not playing. I think, as you mentioned earlier, that's hurt the Bobcats more than we probably thought initially.
Right.
From that standpoint, who are you thinking for Gatorade player of the game?
Well, man, I don't know if I should be the one to take this one. I think proud dad should, but he's pointing at me, so I will gladly take this one first. But player of the game, Gatorade player of the game. I mean, they were huge shots for Cody Bomengen to come off the bench, and it was 6 points, but they were 6 huge points. We were down 37-40. He stepped back confidently, took that shot, and as a freshman to take those shots and know that he can make it is huge. Made that one. They came down, hit a 3 of their own. They went up 43-40. A couple possessions later, he steps back again, knocks down another one, and it's a tie it again. So he tied it at 40, tied it at 43, and ultimately did a great job to give us a good game. And so, yeah, Gatorade player of the game for sure.
Well, like I say, I'm hopeful that heading into this week, that was enough good things that Coach can talk about, kind of build some momentum going against, one of our conference rivals for sure, and then going against Lander, as you mentioned, is kind of an unpredictable one.
Yeah, and we're just going to have to, hope that they just keep building on this and doing some great work and keep building that chemistry that I think they're having. So again, a tough loss for the Bobcats, but really proud of how well they played. And for us, that will wrap up our post-game show. And again, congratulations to our players of the game, both Cord Simmerall and Cody Bomengen for our Papa Murphy's and Gatorade players of the game. And for us, that is the Click It or Ticket post-game show. Appreciate you spending some time with us on 101.7 KDNO, and those of you streaming with us on YouTube with WYO today. Appreciate you, and we will see you next week.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to